What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. Gonna read through a schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we will be getting things started. We may or may not be covering the president live. Not really sure. He was supposed to be signing executive orders at 2:30. Then it looks like it was delayed till about 3:15. It's now 3:48. And he's still not live, so I don't know. He's supposed to be signing executive orders again today, but God only knows if we're going to get to see that or not. I also see that there's something going on with Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi, it's titled Attorney General Pam Bondi holds a press briefing and more from the White House over on Microbot Broadcasting. I don't know what that is, but that's supposed to start in the next 15 minutes or so. We'll see about covering that. Not really sure what it is. Either way, we're going to be getting started with this first video. It's very weird. It's titled Minuscule Microbots Target Drug Delivery. It's talking about putting robots in your bloodstream and parts of your body to be able to deliver medicine where you hurt the most. I don't know. This sounds like nightmare fuel to me. I don't want to put little robots in my body and just hope to God the doctor isn't corrupt. That sounds like bullshit. Then we got a video titled Tulsi Gabbard confirmed by Senate as National Intelligence Director. So Tulsi Gabbard's now confirmed. Now they got to work on Bobby Jr. Then we got a Peter Doocy video. It's titled This Was Extraordinary to Watch. They're going to be showing clips from yesterday when President Trump and Elon Musk was in the Oval Office. He had a little X with him digging in his nose. I don't think they highlight that in this video, but he was. Elon's son was digging in his nose live on TV. That's going to be great when he gets older and his dad's like, hey, by the way, this is you as a child. Anyways, then we got a video titled We Want to Help. Florida Sheriff pushes for local officers to help ICE. We were kind of talking about this yesterday, that only Border Patrol really has the authority to deal with illegals, and the Florida Sheriff is trying to get deputized, basically. He's trying to get the whole force deputized so they can help go after illegals. Then we got a video titled Religious Groups Sue to Block ICE Arrest in Sensitive Locations. This person is claiming that people aren't coming to his church because they're afraid of ICE. I don't understand this stuff. The people who cry about ICE, like these restaurant people we keep covering, or these churches and stuff, nobody has anything to be afraid of unless they're illegal. And if they're illegal, they shouldn't be here. So if you got illegals that you're sucking money out of, you're a bad person too. So I don't know why they keep giving these people interviews, but we'll keep covering them crying. Then we got a video titled JFK Expert Reacts to Two-Shooter Revelation Amid File Declassification. They're now saying that there is 2 shooters that assassinated JFK, and I wonder if we're going to hear more details about that. Then we got Ted Nugent. It's titled Ted Nugent Praises Deportation, saying, Secure my effing country. It's been a little while since we've had Ted Nugent, so I figured we'd throw that on. And then we got Lefties Losing It, Donald Trump's brutal Huffington Post takedown. Now they're going to be just obviously highlighting a bunch of lefties losing their marbles, which I figure is a good transition to our fun stuff. We're going to be opening today's, I don't know how we're going to label it. Either way, we're going to be popping this open and go on day 2 from the Advent calendar, thanks to Josh 1776. Then we got 2 funny videos of the day. First one's titled, Oh, the Fuck Word. And then our official funny video of the day is titled Today's Affirmations. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com? What's up, 10 Man? What's up, Josh 1776? Happy freedom. I wonder where everybody is. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Mr. B New, you were first today. And I appreciate you racing in the chat, Mr. B New. What's up, Sawdog? Happy freedom to you. Let me see. What's up, Snugs? Happy freedom. What's up, Wayward? What's up, Brian? What's up, Mr. Satan? What's up, Gron? What's up, Kevin? What's up, Sly Dog? What's up, Nana? What's up, Lifelike? Happy freedom, you hooligans. What's up, Dudden? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Mary Todd? What's up, Fanatical? What's up, Cricket Kiss? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Hit that like button. See if you can get us on the front page of Rumble. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Tony Rich? What's up, Harley Davidson? Happy freedom, you hooligans. And what is up, everyone over on the communism platform? Mr. Satan, you were first over here. What's up, Proud Patriot Girly? What's up, Shanti? What's up, Toy Mafia? What's up, Jeff Reynolds? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Agent O? Sly Dog, you were omnipresent. Appreciate you. What is your name? Beer and Lime Lady, happy freedom to you. Appreciate you being here with us. Let me see. Make sure we get everybody. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom. What's up, Danny? Happy freedom to you. You guys are welcome to hit the like button over on the commie platform as well. And what is up, everyone over on X? Wayward, appreciate you being omnipresent. Happy freedom, everyone on X. Let's see. What's up, Josh1776? Just got some, what is that? Cocoa fudge ice cream? It sounds pretty good. Well, I don't see President Trump going live. I don't know what they're looking. I guess they're doing the confirmation for RFK Jr. And did they go live for the Pam Bondi thing? What time is it? 7 minutes until this Pam Bondi thing goes live. I don't even know what it is or how long it's going to take. We'll see how everything goes. But until everything becomes live, we'll just go ahead and move forward here. Like I said, we're going to be starting off with this first video that is titled Minuscule Microbots Target Drug Delivery. I'm sure everybody wants robots in their bloodstream and stuff. Why wouldn't you? Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, we have these epic winning t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does, so I will be posting his link in the chat for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design comes in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, stickers, dog tags. We even made tumblers out of this design. So I'll also be posting the link for the merch store in all of the chats while we're watching this first video.
Could these tiny robots make drug delivery more efficient? Scientists from the California Institute of Technology have developed a minuscule robot designed for targeted drug delivery, according to a recent paper in Science Robotics. The microrobots, which are smaller than the width of a human hair, are capable of operating in bodily fluids, and they're controlled to deliver the medicine exactly where it's needed in the human body. Wei Gao is a professor of medical engineering at Caltech.
Micro nanorobots have the high potential to navigate through the hard-to-reach environment of the human body for precision surgery or drug delivery.
The robots use magnetic nanoparticles, allowing precise control of their movement using an external magnetic field. Researchers are able to direct them to specific locations and trigger the release of the drug once they reach their target. Combined with advanced ultrasound imaging, the robots can be tracked and guided in real time. Once they've done their job, they can be absorbed by the body without causing harm. The team tested the microrobots on mice with bladder tumors and found they shrunk the tumors more effectively than the same medicine delivered without the robots.
Over a 21-day treatment period, we see a substantial decrease in tumor size in the mice while treated with the microrobot.
Moving forward, the team plans to explore more medical applications with the goal of conducting clinical trials in humans.
Well, very sci-fi. Like I said, I don't even go to the doctor now. I don't trust the doctor now, and that's without him putting robots in my body. I hear about so much terrible stuff that these doctors do, and the dentist too. The dentist is just as bad too. They put you to sleep. You don't know what they're doing, slapping your titties around. I mean, you have no idea what they're doing to you. And now they're going to be injecting you with robots, and then they'll be able to control it, and you'll just have to take it. Whatever happens, happens. I don't know. I don't take their shitty medicine right now, so I don't really need robots delivering the medicine I already don't take. But for people that have serious conditions, maybe this would be a good thing, right? You have terrible pain, or maybe you got blockage in your heart or something like that, right? You got something real serious. You're going to want to make sure that medicine works. So maybe it'd be effective for that. This isn't really useful to me, but maybe some of you hooligans would get some use out of this. I'm sure there's people across the world that may benefit from it, but I also wonder what kind of negative side effects are there. They say that you just absorb these robots. I assume you would pass them through your system. I can't imagine your body just absorbs them like nutrients. That doesn't make sense to me. I assume you would pass them. But either way, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it. Next up, we got Tulsi Gabbard confirmed by Senate as National Intelligence Director. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about these robot medicine they got going on. And then also I got this Pam Bondi live sitting here doing absolutely nothing, and then waiting to see if President Trump wants to go live today. I do not like covering the White House at this point. I hate saying that because I love covering President Trump and all the winning going on, but the whole running around praying to God that they might go live, kind of, sort of, like, just, I hate that. I hate the shit out of that. I don't like thinking that the Biden administration was a little bit better at creating events and showing lives than the Trump administration. I really hate to say that, but I didn't have these problems covering the last administration. So Trump and them, they need to slap whoever's in charge of media and get them woke the hell up, because they're doing shit. Can't stand it. What's up, Jay Spray? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Muskie Boss? Happy freedom to you. Perfect. The science... Wait a minute. Perfect the science, lefties first. Yeah, Muskie Boss, let the lefties try it. 10 man, I'll pass on that. Yeah, see, I'm kind of back and forth. If people weren't corrupt, I'd probably be looking more on the glass half full. But people are dumb and corrupt, and it's everywhere. So it's like, I don't know. I don't want to trust guys and their little robots and whatever. What's up, Salty Ragu? Happy freedom to you. Great, now I gotta get my heroin from a robot. Yeah, see, the robots, they took our jobs. What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom. What's up, 10 man? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Master Meatball? Happy freedom.
Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us here on RSBN Live. I'm Matthew Alvarez.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Ain't nothing too special happening yet, but if it does, I'll put it on the screen. Craig Kids, could be a good thing or a bad guinea pig sadistic experiment. Yeah, I'm not going first. We'll see how things go over the next 10 years. Mr. Sade, micro robots rejected into the human bloodstream kills you to 3 million people within 2 years due to an allergic reaction. Well, I wonder that too. What did they make the robots out of? I was just saying yesterday, I'm allergic to non-precious metals. So unless them robots are made out of sterling silver or gold, my body absolutely will reject those little robots. So I don't know. Nana, well, that's a big old nope from me. Yeah, I wouldn't be excited to have the robots. Done nanobots with bleach to kill the exact cells would work. Well, that's kind of what they're selling. They're saying, you know, if you got a problem area, we could direct the robots directly to that area and have them disperse medicine or whatever they may need. I don't know. Sounds good in theory, but like I said, the human aspect is what makes me cautious. What's up, Green Falcon? Happy freedom to you. Just reading through. Oh, thank you for letting me know, Snooks. Happy birthday, Lifelike. Hope you have a fantastic day today. Thank you for stopping by and sharing some of your birthday with us. I hope today kicks ass for you. Happy birthday. What's up, Viola? Happy freedom to you. Harley Davidson, my mom says all politicians are corrupt. I mean, I think all politicians are corrupt to a certain degree. It doesn't seem like there's anybody wealthy with, you know, full morals and stuff like that. What's up, Gen X? Happy freedom. What's up, Teasel? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mary Beth? Happy freedom. Shanti bot droppings? Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's going to look like on the other side. Agent O, little poop terminators. Yeah, can your septic system handle little robots? You know, you're out here just passing the bots. I've heard that if you're taking chemotherapy, that it can ruin your septic system, that it affects your body so bad that when you're using the bathroom, it can actually eat away at your septic system. If you have like a septic tank or whatever, like you don't have city sewage or whatever it's called. What's the bots gonna do? What is your name? Anti-Dusty. Well, happy freedom to you. Appreciate you being here with us. Let's see here. No, Josh 1776, not yet. I haven't cracked it open yet. Let me see if there's anything worth looking at. So far, nothing. So I think we'll just go ahead and move forward here. Like I said, this next video is Tulsi Gabbard confirmed by Senate as National Intelligence Director. Now I wonder if we're going to get Bobby Jr. confirmed today. That's going on right now. Oh, I feel like there was something I was going to say and now I can't remember. Either way, hit that thumbs up button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube. And let's get into this.
Yeas are 52, nays are 48. Nomination is confirmed. Under the previous order, the motion to reconsider is considered, made, and laid upon the table, and the President will immediately notify of the Senate's actions.
Mr. President, I move to waive the mandatory quorum with respect to the Kennedy nomination.
Is there objection? Without objection.
Very much.
The clerk will report the motion to invoke cloture.
Cloture motion. We, the undersigned senators, in accordance with the provisions of Rule 22 of the Standing Rules of the Senate, do hereby move to bring to a close debate on the nomination of Robert F. Kennedy, Jr. of California to be Secretary of Health and Human Services, signed by 17 senators.
By unanimous consent, the mandatory quorum call has been waived. A quorum is present. The question... What you want to do? The question is it the sense of the Senate that debate on the nomination of Robert F. Kennedy, Jr. of California to be Secretary of Health and Human Services shall be brought to a close?
All right, and we were just listening in there as Tulsi Gabbard has been confirmed as the Director of National Intelligence. You actually did just hear them segueing now as they're going to formally invoke cloture on Robert Kennedy Jr., and that is set to happen here right now. So what we're going to do is go away for a 2-minute break. When we come back.
All right, Tulsi Gabbard now confirmed. I'm sure she will get right to work. And like I said, they are going through Bobby Jr. right now. I'm pretty sure that's what this stuff is that's happening. I was sitting here watching this because the title claims that we're going to be seeing President Trump signing executive orders. Of course, at the top there it says 3:15, which is almost an hour ago. They haven't shown President Trump at all, but they're showing this. As it says at the bottom, Senator somebody speaks on HHS nomination for RFK Jr. So maybe by the end of today or whenever these guys are done, you know, performing over at the podium there, maybe we'll get that confirmation for Bobby Jr. Next up, we got Peter Doocy. It's titled, "This was extraordinary to watch." Talking about President Trump and Elon Musk being in the Oval Office yesterday. That happened while we were live. Otherwise, we would have covered it. I don't even think it was live. I think it was another pre-recording that they played on channels claiming it was live. I don't know why the White House is having such a hard time showing lives. But either way, that's why we missed it. It's because they do a shit job over there and there's no way to keep up with it. So either way, we got a replay from yesterday and it's not bad. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what your hooligans think about Tulsi Gabbard being confirmed. Josh 1776, what happens if you go buy a big magnet? Well, I think you're going to piss off all the robots in your bloodstream. Then they go into self-deletion mode. Here, just I'm not sure what you're talking about. Are you talking about the bot stuff? The bot shots? Is that what it is? What's up, Cobalt? Happy freedom to you. Fanatical Central Time. It doesn't even say anymore. Oh well. I don't think it's Central Time, but either way, like I said, it was supposed to happen at 2:30. Now it's 4 o'clock. Fanatical, do you have the replay of little X wiping his boogers off on the Oval Office? I don't think that's in this video, but I could probably go find it. What's up, H-Bick? Happy freedom to you. What's up, MU? Happy freedom to you. Kevin, Jeff Mack, the director of Hooligan Affairs. See, I'm just waiting for that email from the White House. You know, that's all it is. I'm just waiting. I'm ready to go. Whenever President Trump's ready, I'm ready. What's up, Mav? Happy freedom to you. Tulsi Gabbard, hell yes. Yeah, I think she's going to do a good job. What's up, Guess Who? Happy freedom to you. Harley Davidson, did you see what Elon's little boy was doing at the White House? I saw him digging in his nose and stuff. Ah, cheeky chaps, don't do that. Don't do that. What's up, Lee? Happy freedom to you. She deserves a chance to see where it goes. God bless all. Yeah, absolutely. I think she's going to do a good job. What's up, Jim? Happy freedom to you. What's up, El Bardo? What's up, Agent 48? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Josh? Happy freedom to you. Tim, the whole political realm is corrupt. Yeah. I don't like everything being put on Front Street, though. I like that DOGE is exposing all the corrupt spending, and then all the Democrats are coming out telling on themselves that they were the ones benefiting from it, and they want them to stop. Stop going after their stolen tax dollars. Stop that, you mean man. Yeah, I love all that. Wayward, where's Elon? Hopefully he's working. What's up, Cassie J? Happy freedom to you. I agree, 10 man. I agree. What's up, Zero? Happy freedom. Cassie J, Tulsi Gabbard is awesome. She's such a great example of, or for young girls. I agree. Anna Polina, or whatever her name is. Her name sucks. I wish she had an acronym for her name. It's Anna Polina Luna or some shit like that. Whatever her name is, she's a badass too. I think she served also. I wish her, she had a different name. We'd call her Anna. We'll just call her Anna because her name is a fucking mess. But yeah, I think they're both really good. I think everybody that President Trump's been picking so far has been really good. It's getting them confirmed that sucks. MU, those are smart boogers. Yeah. His name is X, but it's spelt crazy. It's spelled like a math formula. What's up, High Plains Drifter? Happy freedom to you. Zupia, the vote for RFK Jr. is tomorrow morning and cash is tomorrow afternoon. Thank you for letting me know, Zupia. That's exciting. So what are they doing right now? Just talking shit about Bobby Jr. in front of the world? I mean, that makes sense. When you say it out loud like that, yeah, that makes sense. What's up, Bobo? Happy freedom to you. Cobalt X put his fingers in his dad's ears. It looks like Elon lets that kid do whatever the hell he wants. Like, for real. X looks like he's never caught an ass whooping in his life. And I mean, that's fine. His dad's the richest person in the world. But yeah. He's a funny little guy. I know that. What's up, Phillips? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Dark Krog? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sanford? Jim, I don't know what your last name is. I see it, but it doesn't mean anything to me, so I'm not sure what you're alluding to. Wayward Tractors, come on, X. Tractor Supply has really good chocolate covered peanuts. Are they milk chocolate or are they dark chocolate? Because I saw that stuff at Walmart and I was like, I might have to get that, but they only got dark chocolate. I can't eat dark chocolate. It's like sucking on a cigar. I can't stand dark chocolate. I haven't found milk chocolate anywhere. Either way, I think we're going to go ahead and move forward. There's still nothing going on with this Pam Bondi situation. President Trump is not signing executive orders. Eventually, I'm going to get tired of doing that. I'm just going to exit out of that crap. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and move forward here. Like I said, this is Peter Doocy. It's titled, "This Was Extraordinary to Watch," obviously referencing the Oval Office yesterday with Elon Musk and President Trump hanging out with little X. They're going to show clips from that. They're going to discuss it. It's coming up next. But first, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, if you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chat on either platforms. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this Doocy video pulled up.
Good morning.
All right, hooligans, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Good morning. The effort to make the government more efficient has fallen down a mine shaft 230 feet below Boyers, Pennsylvania in Butler County, where millions of manila envelopes represent the painstakingly slow federal retirement process.
The most number of people that could retire possibly in a month is 10,000. We're like, well, why is that? Well, because all the retirement paperwork is manual on paper. It's manually calculated, then written down on a piece of paper. Then it goes down a mine. And like, what do you mean a mine? Like, yeah, there's a limestone mine where we store all the retirement paperwork.
This is it. It looks like a place to ride out a nuclear explosion, but it's really where 700 federal workers very slowly process retirement papers by hand. The Washington Post described it in 2014 as a sinkhole of bureaucracy. So far, President Trump is pleased with efforts to make things more efficient, and he says he's not worried about potential conflicts of interest for Musk.
We thought that we would not let him do that segment or look in that area if we thought there was a lack of transparency or a conflict of interest. And we watched that also. He's a big businessman. He's a successful guy. That's why we want him doing this. We don't want an unsuccessful guy doing this.
The USAID Inspector General Paul Martin has been fired, not by anybody at USAID, but by the White House Office of Presidential Personnel. This happened just days after he published a report critical of the White House's USAID funding freeze.
And there's crazy things like just cursory examination of Social Security, and we've got people in there that are 150 years old. Now, do you know anyone who's 150? I don't. Okay. They should be on the Guinness Book of World Records. They're missing out. So, that's a case where, I think they're probably dead.
Yeah, probably right. And Musk admitted in that extraordinary photo spray last night that sometimes the things he says are going to turn out to be incorrect. The way he puts it is nobody's going to bat 1,000. But his batting average is high enough that Trump wants him to keep going, keep looking for waste, fraud, and corruption. Back to you.
And Peter, you described that mine shaft that turned out to be a gold mine for government employees since the 50s, where they processed the retirement papers. Ultimately, that shows inefficiency. But the federal government and people in Congress have known about it for decades. And it's like, this is very inefficient. But there's never been an appetite to close it down.
Yeah, it's not a secret. There are 700 people who work there and then go home at the end of the day and probably sit at the bar there in Boyers, Pennsylvania, talking about the broken elevator at the mine shaft. But hundreds of millions of dollars have already been poured into trying to digitize this. And if you're Elon Musk, a guy whose entire world is about advancing artificial intelligence and technology that could probably do this in 1 second. 10,000 in 1 second, then it is probably pretty hard to wrap your head around. No idea how they are going to modernize it, but he says pretty much anything that they do instead would be more efficient.
Right. Thanks, Peter.
All right. Well, like I said, it was some clips there from yesterday with President Trump and Elon Musk over in the Oval Office. You could kind of see X. They kind of covered him up with all the Fox banners. But either way, talking about how the White House uses this prehistoric system to keep track of paperwork. Maybe Elon and President Trump will do something about that. I don't know. Very strange. Very strange. Next up, we want to help. Florida Sheriff pushes for local officers to help ICE. Now, like I said earlier, yesterday we were talking about this, and Border Patrol is pretty much the only authority that has the ability to arrest illegals. Every other forms of law enforcement, they do not have that ability. They're not even allowed to ask if you have legal status. So this Florida sheriff is trying to get President Trump to deputize basically all law enforcement to have the ability to help bring in illegals to help with this mass deportation. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what your hooligans think about what Peter Ducey was talking about Elon, Trump, the White House, and their limestone mine that they have for paperwork. What's up, Jamie? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sam? Happy freedom to you. Zero, that needs to be fixed. Ancient system. Yeah. And if it was smaller, they wouldn't need 700 federal employees to keep track of paperwork. They'd be able to, limit it to like 4 or maybe 8 or 10 people or something. Save us some doll hairs. Jamie, just got done snow blowing, still coming down. Yeah, that's how it is here too. It's supposed to snow here for like the next 6 days straight. I am not excited about that. Here, Juicer, imagine an Indiana Jones character thousands of years in the future exploring the mine, wondering why the ancient buried something so deep and it's just file cabinets. Yeah, here, Juicer. Doesn't seem like it's worth it. Just doesn't. Like, how did they even come about that? They were like, you know what? Let's just dig a big hole in the mountain here and we'll store paperwork here. This is where paperwork goes. Like, how did that come about? Why are you guys talking about Gene Wilder over here on Rumble? Dunn reminds me of the warehouse from the show Warehouse 13. Is that the show where they were storing like magical items in the warehouse and they felt responsible of taking care of those magical items so that way they didn't fall into hands of people willing to do bad things? I think I remember, I might be wrong, that might not even be the show you're talking about, but I remember watching it and totally forgot that show even existed. What's up, Tony Rez? Happy freedom to you. Cricket Kiss, grocery up. I can't, because I don't trust food after 48 hours. I can't eat it. I can't make myself do it. I don't know why. I can't. But I ain't got far to go to get food. Done. It is the show. Did they end the show? Was there like a final episode? Because either I watched the whole thing and that's why I stopped watching it, or maybe I was just at the end and there wasn't like the next season yet. I don't know what caused me to stop watching it. I remember liking it though. Zero, I wonder what the reason was for using the mine shaft. When was that put in use? Yeah, Zero, I'm going to have to Google it here in a little bit because I don't know anything about it. And I bet most people didn't know anything about it. We got to get those likes up on Rumble. Agent O, when you got money to burn, dig a hole. Yeah, that's what the government was thinking. Dark Krog, I wonder if Elon still has time to play Diablo. He's supposed to be one of the best players. Yeah, he's like a ranking player or something like that. I bet he does. The government doesn't work past 8 o'clock at the latest, I'm sure. So I bet he's got time. I bet he's got time. Sanford, the media hates Elon. It's actually really funny. It is funny. Especially because Elon doesn't care. You got that much money, you could be mad about people calling you names and stuff. Like, who cares? I like that he just goes out there and laughs at them. They say this terrible stuff and he just laughs. Just so unserious. I love it. What's up, Vinny? Happy freedom to you. Jeff Reynolds in 1955. That's when they started doing it. I wonder how much they spent to dig that hole. How much we spent for them to dig the hole. Wayward Elon rocks. I agree. He's very entertaining. I don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy, but he's entertaining. 10 Man, I love the Diablo series. See, I've never even played it. And then after all that bad stuff happened over at Activision, now I don't play any of their games. I don't don't make games from pedophile sympathizers. Cobalt blowing snow, giggity. It'll be all right, Rappy. Don't you worry. It'll be fine. Besides, there's 7 other apartments in this building. If I really start getting hungry, you know, I'll be okay. I'll be fine. Fanatical Elon is a transhumanist, and I'm okay with that. I don't know what that is. What is a transhumanist? That's like the only trans I haven't heard of yet. Oh, I gotta calm down. YouTube's watching. Well, there's still nothing going on with the live over here. Pam Bondi's supposed to be holding a press briefing, but I don't know when that's supposed to actually happen. And whatever this is, Fox still not showing President Trump, who was supposed to be signing executive orders 2 hours ago. Anyways, we'll just go ahead and move forward here. This next one, like I said, is titled, "We Want to Help." Florida Sheriff pushes for local officers to help ICE, but they need the ability. They need to be authorized to pick up these illegals. Now, it's News Nation here, so don't be surprised if they cry really hard for the illegals. They are illegal sympathizers. Anyways, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as over on the GoofTube, and let's get into this.
A Florida sheriff is throwing his hat in the ring to aid ICE in arresting illegal immigrants. However, there's a blackout between local authorities and the federal government. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd says they can't see active deportation orders in the National Crime Information Center, meaning it's quite possible that deputies could be pulling over the very people ICE is trying to catch. Joining me now, I have Sheriff Judd. Sheriff, thank you for joining me this morning. Really appreciate your time. You are begging the White House to take the shackles off of local law enforcement, that they could really be the X factor. How so, sir?
Sure. I think President Trump needs to take that big black pen where he's signing those EOs, those executive orders, and reach all the way down in the ICE system. It's a very frustrating, very complicated system. And as a result, we can't help ICE like we want to. We can't fulfill the president's mission that he's given all of us like he wants us to until they change the ICE rules. Think about it. I'm told there's at least 1.4 removal warrants, 1.4 million removal warrants, but they're not in our National Crime Information Center. So when we stop people on other criminal events, we can't tell that there may be an order for removal for them. Yeah. We also know there's not enough capacity. The number one thing I think ICE has to do is, 1, change the rules, 2, create capacity. Because when all local law enforcement lets the dogs out, we go out, we can overwhelm their capacity in 48 hours, 1 week.
Yeah.
The reality of it is we want to help. We want to make America safe.
Tell me what those facilities should look like and where you would like those to be located to be the most advantageous for law enforcement.
Well, the reality is we need to start with the low-hanging fruit. The criminals that are committing crime have to go first, and the removal orders. Now, we have only 1,500 ICE beds for the entire state of Florida. 1,500. I tell you that we need more than 1,500 on any given day here. As a result, over the last 4 years, especially the Biden era, is worse, but ICE has never been able to take all the illegal criminals that we've arrested and turned over to them because they don't have the capacity. So the reality of it is it's a rules problem to begin with. It's a capacity problem. And Tom Homan's the man for the job, and we want to get to the president's mission. We just have to have some work really quick.
And tell me a little bit more about this disconnect between local law enforcement agencies and the feds. I mean, is that also potentially dangerous for local law enforcement as well?
No, you're exactly correct. We stop a vehicle. Maybe the driver's got a license and he's DUI, but there's 3 other guys in the car. We run warrants checks. They come back clear. but they know there's a removal order for them or a removal warrant. We don't know that because when we run them through the system, they come back clear, which means that they think we know that there's a warrant for their arrest and removal, and we don't. That's a frightening thing for all law enforcement.
Just a few seconds left with you, Sheriff, before I let you go. Trump has been back in office for less than a month at this point. Do you feel like your community is safer just 3 to 4 weeks later now?
Well, quite frankly, our crime here is at a 53-year low because we put bad guys in jail here. But that's not true in the major metropolitan areas all across the United States. So I think the nation's safer. I see palpable differences, but we have got to get that big pen of the president's and cut all the way down to the bottom of these ICE rules so we can be of maximum help. And I think there's going to have to be temporary housing because there's not the capacity for us to remove all the people right now.
You're calling for more to be done. Well, Sheriff Grady Judd of Polk County, Florida, thank you so much, sir, for your time.
All right, Florida Sheriff. Looks like he wants to help President Trump, and he seems pretty serious about it. So maybe Tom Homan can convince President Trump that we need to deputize the locals to help with this mass deportation. Now, normally we'll hop in the chat, but it looks like President Trump is live on the camera. So we're going to get into this. Grab the link for whatever platform you're watching right now. Share it out so they can hear from the president.
It would be nice to end it immediately. But we had a very good talk with people didn't really know what President Putin's thoughts were, but I think I can say with great confidence he wants to see it ended also. That's good. And we're going to work toward getting it ended and as fast as possible. It's a horrible situation going over. It's flat land, and the bullet goes off, and the only thing it can hit is a body, a human body, a young human body. And they're losing just tremendous numbers of mostly soldiers. Just the cities and towns have been largely demolished. It's a shame what's happened to that country. It would have never happened if I were president. That I can tell you. Would have never happened. It's to look at that. And October 7th would have never happened either, by the way, the Middle East. But we'll get it. I think we'll get it. We'll get something done. We're going to be meeting actually tomorrow. They're meeting in Munich, as you know, and we're going to have some other meetings. And I'll be dealing with President Putin largely on the phone, and we ultimately expect to meet. In fact, we expect that he'll come here, and I'll go there, and we're going to meet also probably in Saudi Arabia the first time. We'll meet in Saudi Arabia, see if we can get something done. But we want to end that war. That war is a disaster. It's a really bloody, horrible war.
Saudi Arabia, the first meeting will happen?
I think so. We think we're going to probably meet in Saudi Arabia the first meeting. Hasn't been set, but not too distant future. We both understand, we know the Crown Prince, and I think it'd be a very good place to meet.
So it sounds like that would just be a meeting between you and Putin and perhaps the Crown Prince, but not President Zelensky?
Probably we'll have a first meeting, and then we'll see what we can do about the second meeting.
Did you also commit to go to Ukraine?
What about Ukraine?
Did you commit to go to Ukraine?
No, I haven't. I haven't committed to go to Ukraine. I would think about going. Yeah, I'd think about it. No problem.
You say today, Mr. President, that they receive your vision. What is your plan to end this war? Like today, Secretary.
Well, I'm not going to tell you my plan. I can just tell you we've made a lot of progress. This should have been done by Biden, not by me, because this has been going on for now a long time, years. And it should have been done by Biden. Just like the young gentleman that I brought home yesterday after 2 weeks. We worked on it for 2 weeks. He was a fine man, and he was in there for 3.5, almost 4 years, and they weren't able to do a thing, and I got him out. And as you know, I didn't pay $6 billion. I didn't pay anything. We did a trade, and we did a good job. We got him out in 2 weeks. It should have been out years ago. It really should have been out years ago.
NATO membership for Ukraine?
I don't think it's practical to have it, personally. I know that a new Secretary of Defense, who's excellent, Pete, made a statement today saying that he thinks it's unlikely or impractical. I think probably that's true. I think long before President Putin, they said there's no way they'd allow that. This has been going on for many, many years. They've been saying that for a long time, that Ukraine cannot go into NATO. And I'm okay with that. I just want the war, whether they are or they're not. But it certainly would seem to be that most people have said that that is something that's not going to happen.
Are you freezing out President Zelensky of this process a bit? Isn't there a danger of that?
No, I don't think so, as long as he's there. But, you know, at some point you're going to have elections, too. You're going to have an election.
He says he wants security assurances, Mr. President. What does that look like?
In terms of what?
If the war were to end, he says he wants guarantees of security.
We'll see what that means. I think when the war ends, one thing he was very strong about, if it ends, he wants it to end. And that's President Putin said that. He wants it to end. He doesn't want to end it and then go back to fighting 6 months later. We talked about the possibility, I mentioned it, of a ceasefire so we can stop the killing. And I think we'll probably end up at some point getting a ceasefire in the not too distant future.
Do you expect Ukraine?
Say it, what?
Do you view Ukraine as an equal member of this peace process?
It's an interesting question. I think they have to make peace. Their people are being killed, and I think they have to make peace. I said that was not a good war to go into, and I think they have to make peace. That's what I think.
Why did you decide to provide support to Ukraine?
Would you support Zelensky ceding territory or exchanging territory in any agreement to end the war?
Well, he's going to have to do what he has to do, but, you know, his poll numbers aren't particularly great, to put it mildly. He's got a country where, you know, it's been savaged and attacked, and he's got an army that's been very, very brave, actually, despite the fact that, you know, we've given him, in my opinion, $350 billion. That's what the real number is. You don't hear that number. And Europe has given, in my opinion, $100 billion. And they've done it in the form of a loan. And I have a Secretary of Treasury right now who's actually quite brave. He's over in... And he's going there to get a document done where we're going to be assured that we're going to, in some form, get this money back, because we're putting up far more money than Europe, and Europe is in far more danger than we are. We have an ocean in between. Europe has nothing in between. You know what they have in between? They have Ukraine in between. So wait a minute. So, as you know, Europe is putting up money, and they're getting it in the form of a loan. And the United States under Biden didn't do loans. They just handed money every time somebody walked in from Ukraine. They just handed them money foolishly. This should have never happened. It should have never started. And once it did, other things should have happened. Other things should have taken place. So we're getting security on our money. We're going to have it secured by, they have rare earth, and they have oil and gas, and they have a lot of other things. And we're asking for security on our money. They've agreed to it. Ukraine has agreed to it.
Does it mean you are not sending any more aid to Ukraine?
No, we are, but we want it secured, and the money is going to be secured.
When would the U.S. stop sending funding? When would the U.S. stop sending funding?
Because if we didn't do that, then Putin would say he won. We're the thing that's holding it back. And frankly, we'll go as long as we have to go, because we're not going to let the other happen. But President Putin wants to have peace now, and that's good. And he didn't want to have peace with Biden.
Was that conversation with Putin?
And you tell me why that is, okay?
Was that conversation with Putin to start these negotiations part of the deal to bring Fogel home?
No, but it was a nice thing that he allowed Mark Fogel to leave. In fact, Mark wasn't feeling well, but he was all of a sudden about 2 weeks ago, he started being treated very nicely. He said they took him out for haircuts. They took him out. They helped him out a little bit and made him feel better, made him look better. And they were nice to him. And he said, I saw something happening. And it coincided with when I came into office. So that was nice. And he's a fine person. He was so happy to be out. He was there for 3.5 years plus. And he shouldn't have been there at all. They should have had him out much faster than that.
believe that's a less clear agreement?
Wait, go ahead, please.
Sorry, sir, just to be clear, do you see any future in which Ukraine returns to its pre-2014 borders?
Well, I think Pete said today that that's unlikely, right? It certainly would seem to be unlikely. They took a lot of land, and they fought for that land, and they lost a lot of soldiers. But it would just seem to me, and I'm not making an opinion on it, but I've read a lot on it, and a lot of people think that that's unlikely. Some of it will come back. I think some of it will come back. Yeah, some of that land will come back.
Who
are you with? Yeah. You who?
AFP, Agence France Presse.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask you, the things that the Secretary of Defense was talking about, the 2014 borders and the lack of NATO membership. Ultimately, these are both demands that Russia has made in the past. Is there not a danger of handing Russia a kind of win on this?
Well, I think that if you look at the war, the way the war is going, you'll have to make your own determination. I'm just here to try and get peace. I don't care so much about anything other than I want to stop having millions of people killed. Last night, Kiev got hit very, very hard. I want to see people stop getting killed. That war is ridiculous. It should have never happened, and it would have never happened. Yeah, a couple of more questions.
Are you planning to sign today? Are you planning to sign an executive order on reciprocal tariffs, sir?
Yes, I am. In fact, I may do it today, and if I do it today, I could almost do it right now. Would you like me to talk about it now? I don't want to take anything away from this young lady's day, because this is her day, and I may do it later on, or I may do it tomorrow morning, but we'll be signing reciprocal tariffs. The world has taken advantage of the United States for many years. They've charged us massive tariffs that we haven't charged them. And as you know, I just did something on steel and aluminum, 25%. That'll go up at some point, but 25%, which will level the playing field quite a bit. I did it previously 50%, and Obama was very weak, and Biden was even weaker on steel. The steel was just absolutely, it really started with Obama. The world really took advantage of us, and then that morphed into Biden. And what they did was he was so worried about trying to attack his political opponent that he didn't know what he was doing with respect to countries taking advantage. He should have looked at the countries, both friend and foe, taking advantage of us. So we're going to be doing reciprocal tariffs, which is whatever they charge, we charge, very simply. But we're going to be...
Considering exemption, talk about widespread fraud and abuse.
Oh, yeah, tremendous fraud. There's tremendous fraud. And it's hard to believe that you can have that kind of fraud. You're talking about are you talking about what? Wait. Which are you talking? You're talking about with regard to all of the investigations that are going on about this stupidity. What we're going to do is tomorrow I'm having a news conference. I'm going to read to you some of the names that hundreds of millions and even billions of dollars have been given to. And if you tell me that we should be giving money to those things, those entities, I think you'll probably have to leave as a reporter because you're not very talented. When you look at the kind of money, billions and billions of dollars being thrown away illegally, and there's no chance. I mean, I say it in front of our Attorney General, there's no chance that there's not kickbacks or something going on. When you give millions and millions of dollars to somebody that stands to look at something for 15 minutes and walks away with millions of dollars, that money's coming back in some form. And that's only one form of corruption. The biggest thing is what they do to our country. They're taking massive amounts of money and spending it on items. I went through a list of 200 expenditures that were made, and I found 3 that looked like they were reasonable. Okay, 3. And we'll be talking about that tomorrow. We have a lot of stuff. And I want to commend Elon because he's done he doesn't need this. He's abused by you people every day. He's found more things than anybody could find. I think he's got the credibility to do it. I know he does. And it's his group of people. They started off with 12. I call them 12 geniuses. They started off with 12, and they went to 20 and 25, and now they're up to almost 100. People are joining to help them because there's a massive fraud that's taken place. And then you have judges that are activists, and they sit there and they say, as an example, $59 million going to a little small group in New York City. You get nothing going to North Carolina to help nothing. They say, we don't have any money because they've given it away on the border. But you have nothing. What they did to North Carolina is a shame. And then they sent $59 million to New York City for a hotel for a little bit of nothing, what they've done. A hotel that was not luxury, that's getting luxury rates for migrants, where they're making a fortune. And we catch them. But a judge says, well, even though it may be a fraud, you have to send the money in anyway. Send the money. I said, wait a minute. We have money that shouldn't go because we caught it before it was sent out. But they want the money to go anyway. And I think you're going to have a lot of things to look at, Pam. I really do. What's going on with this whole thing. And this is just one group. We haven't talked about Department of Education. We haven't talked about the military. We haven't talked about a lot of things that are very big. And what's happened is, as an example, you'll have cases where you have a 3-month contract, and maybe the guy that signs the contract leaves. Maybe he gets rich. All of a sudden he leaves for that reason. But you have a 3-month contract, and maybe he leaves. So the contract is sitting there, and the people signing the checks don't know it's 3 months, and it goes on for years. The 3 months turns out to be 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Just goes on forever. And the guy on the other side of the contract just keeps getting check after check after check, because Elon had an expression yesterday, because nobody cares. It's a great expression. Nobody cares. The guy that signed the contract didn't care. Maybe there, may not be there, maybe crooked. Who knows? But you have to care. Otherwise, you can't really run a thing like that, or you can't run a country, really, because there's so many transactions, thousands and thousands of transactions. And if you don't have people that care, you're going to lose control. And that's what's happened. And we've caught it. Now, what we caught is billions and billions of dollars, but it's a tiny fraction of the real number, because you can never catch the real number, because people have gotten away with tremendous amounts of money. But I said we have to make our government smaller, more efficient, more effective, and a lot less expensive. And we could find $1 trillion, but we're being hindered by courts where they file in certain courts where it's very hard to win. And a judge will stop us, and a judge will say that it doesn't make any difference what you find. You just keep paying the money. That's a hell of a way to be. And I follow the courts. I have to follow the law. All it means is that we appeal. But that gives people time to cover their tracks. And that's what they do. So it's a very bad thing that's taking place. But hopefully if the courts will be fair. They don't have to be very fair. They just have to be a little bit fair, because this is so egregious what's taking place. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Nobody's seen numbers like this. These are massive numbers. $9 million for somebody to go and stand in a store and see how people shop. Okay? I mean, you take a look at these things. It's a disgrace. And then you have a country that we want to make America great again. It's very hard to make America great again when you have things like this. And you're going to see the same thing. Department of Education is going to be a disaster. The military, I mean, I see it. Look, I came in, they had a contract done, as you know, for $5.7 billion for airplanes. It was Air Force One with Boeing. 5.7. I got it down to $4 billion, little less than that, 1 penny less than that. $3,999,999 and 99 cents. I said it has to have a 3 in front of it, because I wouldn't sign the contract for $5.7 billion. I was able to cut $1.7 billion off the price, and it didn't take me long. $1.7 billion. If people would care, they'd be able to do that with every single contract that's put before them, and we wouldn't have deficits. We'd have nothing but a tremendously low-taxed, wonderful country. But they have to care. And speaking of that, you know, Boeing, we're not happy with the service we're getting in terms of those planes. They would like to get more money. We're not happy about that whole thing. We signed a very strong contract. I signed a guaranteed maximum contract, which they haven't seen in a long time. And they're saying they're getting hurt by it. but they have to produce the product, and we expect them to produce the product. They have to produce the product. They agreed to build planes at a certain price. They're not used to that. They're used to having time and material contracts where it's whatever it costs, time and material, no dates, no anything, and it ends up costing 5 times more. You look at some of the ships that have been built. Take a look at the Gerald Ford, the aircraft carrier, the Ford. It was supposed to cost $3 billion. It ends up costing like $18 billion. And they make, of course, all electric catapults, which don't work. And they have all magnetic elevators to lift up 25 planes at a time, 20 planes at a time. And instead of using hydraulic, like on tractors that can handle anything from hurricanes to lightning to anything, they use magnets. It's a new theory. Magnets are going to lift the planes up, and it doesn't work. And they had billions and billions of dollars of cost overruns. I met the architect. I said, have you designed a ship before? This is one of the biggest ships in the world. It's like landing at LaGuardia Airport. But you look at the kind of waste, fraud, and abuse that this country is going through, and we have to straighten it out. We have great people going into the military in terms of we need ships, we need a lot of things. We have great people we have business people going in. But when you look at what's happened to our purchasing, and when you look at the USAID, when you look at the things that they're giving to them, the billions of dollars that they're giving to, and it doesn't make sense. It is interesting that when you're looking for fraud, you look at items, hundreds of items, and you'll find 1 or 2, maybe, if you're lucky. Here's something where you look at it, and they're all fraudulent. You know, by just looking at the topic, they're all fraudulent, except it's the opposite. You'll find 1 or 2 that's like a legitimate reason. So I just want to thank Elon for going through it. I want to thank all the people that are working with him. You know, we have a big group of people. I think the lowest IQ is about 160. That's very high. I think you have a couple of 182s in there, but they're doing a fantastic job. He doesn't need it, and they don't need it, but we're showing things, and it's going to be it's a big. People have no idea how important it is. Yeah.
So how soon do you want the Department of Education to be closed?
Oh, I'd like it to be closed immediately. Look, the Department of Education's a big con job. We're ranked, so they rank the top 40 countries in the world. We're ranked number 40th, but we're ranked number 1 in one department, cost per pupil. So we spend more per pupil than any other country in the world, but we're ranked number 40. We've been between 38 and 40. The last time I looked, it was 38, and then I looked 2 days ago, it came out the new list. It came out at number 40, so we're ranked 40. Norway, Denmark, Sweden, I hate to say it, China, as big as it is, it's ranked in the top 5, and that's a primary competitor. We're ranked number 40. So if we're ranked number 40, that means something's really wrong, right? And I say send it back to Iowa, to Idaho, to Colorado. Send it back to places that, and there are a lot of Indiana. You have a great new governor. You have a great senator that Jim Banks just got elected. You got great people. I'll tell you what, Indiana's going to be fantastic. We probably have 35, maybe 37 states that will do as well as Denmark, Norway, Finland, Sweden. They'll be just as good. Then you have the ones that we all know about. It'll be the same story. But you know what? Even they will be good. Because you look at New York, you give it to Westchester County, you give it to Long Island, you give it to Nassau County, you give it to Suffolk County. Same thing you go out to, and you give it to upstate New York. So you'd have 4 or 5 sections. You give it to Manhattan. Manhattan's a little bit tougher. For some reason. I don't know why it would be tougher, but it is. You give to California, and you go to various areas outside of Los Angeles, and you might have 6 or 7 different subgroups. But generally, like if you go to Iowa, you give it to Iowa. You don't have subgroups, you have Iowa. And other places that do a good job. If they do a good job, they're going to do a great job in education. Those places will be every bit as good as the various countries that do so well. All the time, it's the same countries that are doing well. And so we have a Department of Education where people from Washington, D.C., who in many cases don't care about the kids out in the country. They don't care about the farms and the farmer's daughter and the farmer's sons. We have a massive bureaucracy in Washington, D.C. We have buildings that are all over the city. Department of Education. I never said Department of Education's on all these buildings. By the way, nobody shows up to work because they're all working at home. You know, quote, working at home. They're not working at home. And a lot of them have second jobs. And that's the other thing that Elon Musk is looking at. How many of these people are getting checks, working at home, but they're not working because they have second jobs and even third jobs? You're going to find a lot of them. And those people are going to be fired because we have to make our government smaller. All right, one more question. Yeah, Jennifer, go ahead. Nice to see you.
Oh, thank you, sir. Two questions, one on Ukraine again, and then another one on the Kennedy Center. Do you think that as far as your negotiating tactics go, did Pete Hegseth take away some of your negotiating abilities with Putin by taking Ukraine's sovereign integrity off the table, by taking...
No, I haven't done that. I'm back in Ukraine. I'm back in Ukraine. Don't say that. I'm approving, but I do want security for our money. You know, Europe is getting security. You know that, right? They're giving their money in the form of a loan. Nobody knows that. And why are we at $350 billion and Europe, which doesn't separate with an ocean like we do, we have a little thing called an ocean in between. Why is it that Europe is paying $200 billion less than us to help Ukraine? Very similar size. If you add up all the European countries, it's a little bit smaller than the U.S. in terms of the economy. Why is it that they're not paying the kind of numbers that they should be paying? And then on top of it, and I've been saying this to Biden, I told Biden, I said, you ought to be asking for either a loan or some kind of a security, like their oil and gas or something for the money, because you're putting up much more money than Europe, and you have no security. Europe's putting up a much smaller amount, and it's in the form of a loan, because we have people that were incompetent in the last administration, grossly incompetent, and we're changing it. But we change it, and all we do is we get hit by lawsuits from the radical left all the time. But here we are. We stand, and I guess we've done okay. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so that was from just earlier at the White House there. President Trump making some comments, of course, taking a mini press conference of sorts today, as we saw that picture from earlier. That to your left is a live picture from the Department of Justice, where Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, will be having a press conference of her own there. That to start at any minute. Also, while we are waiting, we can see, of course, the White House with the snow around it. Let's see if we could pull up the live picture from the Big Apple in New York City, where actually just received 3.1 inches of snow just yesterday. So
3 inches, that's rookie numbers.
Various feeds here at the
Drop a 1 in the chat if you hooligans want to watch this Pam Bondi press briefing. Otherwise, we're going to move forward with Coffee with Hooligans.
We're still focused here on the left screen. Of course, that is the Department of
I love you too, High Plains Drifter. Thank you for being here with us, and thank you for gifting subs over on Rumble.
Live there momentarily, as a lot of news today, of course, with Tulsi Gabbard being sworn in and confirmed as the Director of National Intelligence. And then tomorrow, we're looking to see RFK Jr. Become the Health and Human Secretary for the department there. As you see that live picture on the bottom right of your screen of New York City, that's right there in Midtown Manhattan, and you could actually, I know it's kind of a small photo, but Madison Square Garden's right in the middle, next to that tall building right in the middle there. So just a lovely view of the city. Hopefully New York can be made great again through a lot of what's actually happening in the federal government right now. Whether it's DOGE, whether it's law and order, whether it's freedom and our constitutional rights and other great policies, America First policies. So again, back to Washington, D.C. You see on the left side of your screen there, looking live right now as the press is situated there, and we'll be going there live for the entire press conference, and we'll show that to you in full. As again, we know that the president making a lot of announcements, including the fact that On Saturday, the terrorist group Hamas has until noon to release all hostages or all the deals are off. We'll see what happens with that story. Also, through this week, especially with RFK Jr. tomorrow being the next Health and Human Services Director for the department there. It'll be great to see that happen as we continue to see great things happen in our country in every aspect of the federal government. And
Well, it looks like we're going to be covering this press briefing here with Pam Bondi. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I assume she'll be showing up any minute now, considering they just got done with President Trump's press briefing. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but up in the top right corner while we were watching President Trump live, it was not live. It said previously aired or like moments ago or something like that. And that's what I keep bitching about, is that we can't capture anything live. Like, yeah, this is a live feed, but that video they played of President Trump was pre-recorded. And I wish they wouldn't do that. Like, I wish they would just run the live. And like he was saying, oh, I could sign executive orders today. Well, on his schedule, it says at 2:30, which is 2.5 hours ago, he was supposed to be signing executive orders, and we just caught that video right there, and he hasn't done it yet. So it's like it's hurting our transparency with the White House not actually running lives and playing these pre-recordings as if they are live. I mean, we all know what's going on, but I always think about how this is going to affect the normies, right? Because the blue news is always demonizing President Trump and DOGE and the White House and the agenda and all of that. And with this lack of transparency because of these lives being pre-recordings and stuff, it's going to fuel the fire of deceiving the American people. And so I wish they would get that figured out, but it's always good to see the president. Just turn the volume on for the video in case we get a hot mic. Oh, solid Ragu. I'm not going to read that out loud, but yeah, that is what you're supposed to do. It's mandatory. It's mandated. Let's see. What's up, Tool to Care? Happy freedom to you. Free the Texan. Oh, is it in California? I saw a link for it, but they're all standing around doing a bunch of nothing. Happy freedom to you, Free the Texan. High Plains Drifter, you ain't never been to Florida? Oh, you gotta go to Florida. Florida's a lot of fun. I've been to Florida quite a few times. They don't ever sleep there. There's something to do all day and all night in Florida. I've never been there. Well, I guess I have been there as an adult a couple times. Never went and did adult things, though. God knows, I'd probably get in trouble out there. Zero, they just need to hire you. Yeah, they do, Zero. I need to fill out this contact page for the White House. I got it pulled up. I just haven't had time to fill it out yet. I'm going to tell them what they should do to fix their problems, and then I'm going to offer my services. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. What's up, Sven? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Bruce? Happy freedom to you. Just waiting on Pam Bondi here. Oh, I appreciate you, Miss Gen X. What's up, Demas? Happy freedom to you. Cheeky Chops, Pam Bondage. That's only on the weekends. Guess if they do hire you, Jeff, I better not see any video of him in the Senate chambers. I won't be the one on camera. Don't you worry. That's terrible. That's terrible. Someone's got to hold the camera. Guess so. That's right, Cobalt. So, the care, I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing today? Come on, Pam Bondi. Come strolling out now. Ooh, somebody's coughing. Someone's gonna kill Grandma. What's up, Larry? Happy freedom to you. They unsubscribed you, Larry, from the YouTube channel? Yeah, YouTube does that. YouTube sucks. I'm lucky I got my little music badge next to my name. They ripped that off of my account all the damn time. They're like, yeah? You want to keep making us mad? And then they take my little music note away. I'm like, okay. Zero, do it. Be bold. I mean, I don't want to be too bold. You know, you get that 3-letter agency knocking on your door. Jamie, you're going back to Florida in April. Hope you have a good time and definitely travel safe. Probably drive. You know, with the things going on, if it was me, I'd be driving. So Matthew, happy freedom to you. Jerry, I'd give her the best 30 seconds she ever seen. Mm-hmm. That's all right. Let's give her that high quality wiener. Yeah, I guess. Cobalt, bird flu in the correspondence room. Yeah. Next thing you know, these assholes be wearing masks. God, I shouldn't have said that out loud. I hope not. Demas, would you ever want to live in Florida? I have responsibilities here, so I don't know. I never consider living anywhere else. I have so much stuff that kind of anchors me here. Besides, Florida gets too hot. I don't think I could live in Florida. I can go to Florida and I can go outside about 3 days. After 3 days, I can't do it anymore. I start tapping out. Anything over like 72 degrees, I start dying. Start melting and bitching.
We're waiting the United States Attorney General Pam Bondi for that press conference
hear if this guy's got an update.
At the Department of Justice. So, of course, the United States Attorney General, the top person at the DOJ, and it's great to have Pam Bondi in that position. Looking forward to seeing Kash Patel at the top of the FBI as the director there as well. That is something that has not been confirmed yet. It's been delayed. We are still figuring out why that's being delayed so much. I mean, we have our thoughts about that here at the network, but at the end of the day, a lot of cabinet positions getting taken care of. Always good to see that. As we look at the live picture from the White House in the bottom right corner of your screen, my name's Matthew Alvarez on the top right, and then of course we'll go to that press conference in its entirety live at the Department of Justice. Also, thanks for streaming in with us as we continue to have various live feeds at various times as well. A lot coming to us here at the network, so we're showing you as much as we can as we get it. And thanks for streaming in and understanding that we're juggling a lot because there's so many live feeds that happen. But we're on top of it here at the network, and you've been seeing a lot of coverage, of course, today. Robert McNeely earlier with RFK Jr., the cloture vote, meaning it's now on to a final vote for him to be the Secretary of Health and Human Services. And also Tulsi Gabbard becoming confirmed at the Department of National Intelligence. And then on top of that, a press briefing today. So a lot going on. Let's go to Washington right now. All right, we're going to keep going as it looked like from the screen there that they were going to start that press conference. Let's go to mypillow.com. Obviously, a lot of great sponsors here at the network, and we would not be.
See, even Right Side Broadcasting doesn't know what's going on. And from what I understand, they paid a lot of money to be in the know of what's happening at the White House. And you see, they're doing the same thing I'm doing, like kind of guessing what's going to happen next. So nobody really knows. Either way, reading through the chat. Jamie, I'll be flying. If it's my time, then it's my time. 2 weeks there wasn't long enough. We'll move there someday. Well, hopefully you make it there safely, Jamie. I'm sure you will. What's up, Tom Tom? Happy freedom to you. Key Largo Beach is beautiful. I've never been out there, but I believe you. Guess humidity is always high in Florida. Yeah. I get heat intolerance. That's the problem. As soon as I start getting too hot, I get miserable. And I'm not a lot of fun to be around when I'm miserable. Breathing and texting, get that merch plug. I need to get my own My Pillow code. I don't know what we got to do to make that happen, but there's got to be a way. What's up, Blue? Happy freedom to you. Thank you for joining us over here on Rumble. For the texting, you'd get used to it. Could be. I think it's because of like my stomach problems. Because I already run high. Like I'm 101 degrees right now. Just how I am. I'm just built like that. But for some reason, when I get hot, I'm not having fun. Viola, 5 p.m. presser. Well, it's 5:06 right now. See if they do the thing. This idiot. All right, well, I'm not even going to respond to that. You're just getting banned because, well, that's what you deserve. Bam. There you go. They had their mouth open when they caught the hammer. Well, what's up, Afro Man? Happy freedom to you. Afro Man, if you're on the West Coast, it's because 2 or 3 refineries are currently down. You must be responding to somebody in the chat. I don't know anything about that, though. I haven't heard anything about that stuff going on in the left coast. Dark Rog, I've heard them pillows are crap. Let me see. I got a little one, and I'm using one of the regular size ones right now, and I think they're all right. I don't know how much they cost, though, and at Walmart it's like, what, $6 or $10 for a pillow? So, I mean, I guess it depends on what you're looking for, but the ones I have are pretty good. I like them. Agnes, Burr, the White House looks cold. It's all right. You should see Michigan. That makes the White House look like Florida. Like, what it looks like outside is way worse than what the White House is going through. Larry, I love those pillows. Do you got some My Pillows? There's a bunch of hooligans that have My Pillows. It looks like we're about to get things started here. They're like, come on, guys. You got to stand in the right position or else the cameras aren't going to like you. Ball, my truck won't start. Forgot to plug it in. Because of cold? Is that why? Because it's too cold out? Larry, you can even watch those pillows. Those are different pillows. Lady pillows. Russell, you love your My Pillow? Guess some Jeff sound like an old man with bunions. Come on. I am an old man. What are you talking about? I've been telling you. I'm an old man on the inside. I'm just growing into it. Heard you to get on the partner. Why can't I talk? Partner program with AJ. I got it bookmarked. I need to fill out I need to make an account and all of that. Russell, send My Pillow an email. Is Alistair with us? Maybe Alistair can send one on my behalf. I mean, it's not really his job, but he tried to reach out to Twisted Tea, but I don't think they wrote us back. Snooks, I have 2 very nice pillows. I bet you do, Snooks. Cricket Kiss, I put My Pillows on my dog's bed because they suck. Dang, I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't realize there was so much controversy over the My Pillows. Yeah, Viola. Hopefully they will get their schedule stuff together. I assume there's got to be a reason why they don't have it together. Because like I said earlier, the Biden administration was capable of doing it, so I'm sure the Trump administration can. All right, looks like it's go time. Hit that like button and share out the live.
Good afternoon. I'm sorry we were a little bit late. I was in the West Wing swearing in Tulsi Gabbard, and so I just came straight back here. So thanks for being patient with us with the delay. We're here today because we have filed charges against the state of New York. We have filed charges against Kathy Hochul. We have filed charges against Letitia James and Mark Schroeder, who is with DMV. This is a new DOJ, and we are taking steps to protect Americans, American citizens, and angel moms, like the mom standing right behind me, who you're going to hear from in a moment. New York has chosen to prioritize illegal aliens over American citizens. It stops today. As you know, we sued Illinois, and New York didn't listen. So now you're next. Millions of illegal aliens with violent records have flooded into our communities, bringing violence and deadly drugs with them. With me today, I'm so proud to be joined by Tammy Nobles. Tammy is an angel mom. Her beautiful daughter, Kayla Hamilton, was murdered by an MS-13 member in 2022. Kayla had just turned 20 years old, and she was raped and murdered by someone who should not have been in our country. Yet, he was released, flown to Maryland, where he committed this violent murder. I just want you to hear from Tammy. Tammy represents not only herself and her family, but all of the great angel moms around this country who have suffered because of what the Biden administration did, and it is over.
Thank you for having me here today and being able to share Kayla's story. Her murderer was able to come across the border knowing that he was flagged as an MS-13 gang member, and he had a criminal record in 2020 in El Salvador for illicit gang activity. He came over as an unoccupied alien child, saying that he was afraid of gang activity in his country. Health and Human Services called him a nice boy, and he showed age-appropriate behavior. That fell so wrong when he murdered my daughter. He ended up in Maryland, where he was able to rent a room in the same mobile home as her. We thought it was a legit company that were renting out these rooms, but it turned out that it was another illegal immigrant who owned these mobile homes. And he knew Walter from El Salvador. He knew him and allowed him to rent a room with my child. Kayla just turned 20 years old 3 days before she was murdered. Her murderer was only living there for 5 days before he viciously strangled her, raped her, and left her on the floor like trash and robbed her of $6. I have been sharing her story for over 2.5 years to bring change, because this should have not have ever happened to Kayla, and it shouldn't be happening to other families being hurt by the border. Homeland Security did not do their jobs. They did not check his background. You know, they did say that he was processed. So if they processed him, they knew that he was a gang member and still allowed him here. Health and Human Services did not verify the sponsor and allowed him to go with a sponsor that they don't even know if it was his cousin or his aunt. And he was able to leave the sponsor's house to go live wherever he wanted. And I am going to continue sharing Kayla's story to help save others and to bring awareness of what was happening under the Biden-Harris administration. And I'm so thankful for Pam having me here today, and I'm so thankful for the opportunities I got from Trump and any other platform, you know, people who allowed me to share her story, because this is going to end. No other parent should suffer by having their child murdered by somebody that shouldn't be here. And I'm going to continue, you know, sharing it, and for Kayla, you know, and also for others. Thank you.
And it's my understanding that he also admitted to other murders, correct? Multiple murders.
He wrote a letter, and it was intercepted in jail, that he committed 4 murders and 2 rapes.
And that's who we were letting walk into our country. And that's why President Trump has directed this to stop. And if you don't comply with federal law, we will hold you accountable. We did it to Illinois. Strike 1. Strike 2 is New York. And if you are a state not complying with federal law, you're next. Get ready. And the great men and women of law enforcement are standing behind me today. We have FBI, DEA, ATF agents. They put their lives on the line every single day to protect us. And what New York has, they have green light laws meaning they're giving a green light to any illegal alien in New York where law enforcement officers cannot check their identity if they pull them over. Law enforcement officers do not have access to their background. And if these great men and women pull over someone and don't have access to their background, they have no idea who they're dealing with. And it puts their lives on the line every single day. Violent criminals, gang members, drug traffickers, human smugglers will no longer terrorize the American people. And that is why we are here today. You will be held accountable if you do not follow federal law. It's over, it ends, and we're coming after you. Questions?
Madam Attorney General, thank you and welcome to the Justice Department.
Thank you.
I have a quick on-topic and a quick off-topic
Sure.
question. On-topic, in your executive order or in your orders on the first day you were here, you talked about working with the Justice Department or these sanctuary cities, as you say, will be
Yes.
punished. Today you're putting people on notice. Right now, we're just lawsuits. Is this going to go further? What kind of punishment are we talking about? Is there any grounds to charge individuals, charge politicians? How far is this going to go?
Well, we're going to see what they do next, David. We have sued them all. We've personally sued the governor, the attorney general, Letitia James, and Mark Schroeder with DMV because he has the green light laws. So what they have to do, they have to start complying with federal law. If they don't, we're going to appeal it, and we will win. They have to comply with federal law. Did you have a second question?
I did have a second off-topic question in this regard to the judiciary. Today, Elon Musk, who has enormous influence in the Trump administration, posted on X, quote, "There needs to be an immediate wave of judicial impeachments, not just one." As the Attorney General of the United States, how do you respond to that? Shouldn't the process work out in the courts before we talk about judicial impeachments? I mean, these are just TROs now at this time. Shouldn't these just play out?
Yeah, I haven't seen Elon Musk tweet. He is a friend of mine. He is a great man. I think he's very frustrated with what's happening in our federal government. You know, at USAID alone, they're giving out billions of dollars that should not be distributed. We're going to back him up. You know, we work our whole lives in this country, and we all pay taxes in this country. And for people to find out that $2 million is going to Guatemala for sex changes is outrageous. And we're going to back up Elon Musk every way we can. That includes lawsuits against these people who are doing that, and we will be successful.
Do you have concerns about judicial impeachments?
That's not going to happen now. We're going to look at everything. We're going to follow the law right now. We're going to follow the process. These are federal judges with lifetime appointments, but they will be struck down ultimately by the Supreme Court of the United States if the appellate courts don't follow the law as well.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks so much. I also have an on-topic and an off-topic.
Sure.
First of all, can you just briefly walk us through what the legal claims are you're making in this lawsuit?
Yeah, absolutely. So the green light laws are that this is what the green light law says. It's a green light to illegal immigration, which says they can comply. That law is unconstitutional. They can't do that. And what they've done is they have a tip-off provision that requires New York's DMV commissioner to promptly inform any illegal alien when a federal immigration agency has requested their information. So think about the men and women in law enforcement behind me. That's basically, that's not basic. It's tipping off an illegal alien, and it's unconstitutional. And that's why we filed this lawsuit. And that's why we charge Mark Schroeder, too, because he runs DMV. Oh, I'm sorry, you had a second question.
Yeah, my off-topic question. I wanted to ask about Mayor Eric
Yes.
Adams' case. As of at least a few moments ago, SDNY still has not dropped that case. Have you or other DOJ leadership spoken to the acting U.S. attorney in SDNY since the memo was sent earlier this week? And what will you do if she refuses to drop the case?
I have not spoken to her. I know our acting DAG, Emil Bove, has spoken to her.
The reporters are stuttering and stuff. They're scared of Pam Bondi.
Spoken to her, but that case should be dropped. It was done at the directive of Emil, so that case should be dropped. I did not know that it had not been dropped yet, but I will certainly look into that.
Daily Caller.
Hi,
Hi,
thank
how are
you.
you?
Tom Homan suggested this week that someone from within the FBI may be leaking information about the ICE raids and that such could be putting officers' lives at risk. Has the DOJ gotten any closer to determining if these leaks are coming from within the FBI? And what will the consequences be if they can identify the leakers from the FBI?
Excuse me. Well, first, I can't talk about anything that is ongoing, and that is ongoing. And it's really for the similar reasons of what I said earlier. The great men and women in law enforcement standing behind me today, they must be protected. And anytime anyone leaks or tips off anything regarding a pending investigation, that jeopardizes lives. You're telling a bad guy what's about to happen. It could jeopardize the lives of all the men and women in law enforcement. We will not stand for it. We will find you. We're going to investigate it, no matter what agency it came from. We don't know for certain. We have an open investigation, so I can't talk about it in detail, but we will do everything in our power to hold you accountable, and it is a crime, and you will be prosecuted when we find you.
I got time for one more. Alana Austin, Newsmax.
Hi, Madam
Hi,
Attorney General. Thank you so much for your time. I was also interested in hearing specifically what the interactions have been like with Mayor Adams. And I know he has a little bit of a different tone than some of the other Democrats out of the Empire State. And then also Denver Mayor Mike Johnston, because before the President Trump went back into office, he had issued some words about a potential standoff and then walked that back. So I was curious to see what things have been like out of New York City and Denver officials.
Yeah, well, we're hoping that in New York, Mayor Adams is going to cooperate with us with the sanctuary cities and the illegal aliens. And has the mayor in Colorado been cooperating? Do we know? I believe he might have now. Yeah, I believe Colorado is now cooperating. That's what we want. We don't want to sue you. We don't want to prosecute people. We want people to comply with the law. This is very simple. An MS-13 member murdered her daughter. That's happening throughout this country. We have one angel mom is too many. And we have angel moms throughout this country who should not be going through this. Comply with the law. This is the last thing we want to be doing. We want to be out there, all of us, fighting violent crime. Yet we're fighting illegal aliens, and that ends, and it's going to end today.
That's all we have time for, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, as you see there, times have changed. At the top of the Department of Justice, the United States Attorney General Pam Bondi announcing some charges against several people in New York State government, including the governor, Kathy Hochul, New York AG Letitia James, Mark Schroeder of the New York DMV, saying that the green light laws are, quote, unconstitutional. The Attorney General saying this is a green light to illegal immigration. AG Bondi saying the state government in New York, under these green light laws, is required to inform illegal aliens when a federal immigration agency has requested their information. Can you believe that? I mean, that is some shocking news right there, as you see a live picture of Manhattan. Right.
All right. Well, as far as I know, there isn't going to be any more lives from the White House, but just in case, I'll just have this pulled up over here in case President Trump decides to sign executive orders or anything random happens. I'll keep that pulled up, but until then, we're going to go ahead and keep moving forward. Now, of course, we'll read through the chat really quick before we get into this next one. But let's figure out where we are. This next one is religious groups sue to block ICE arrests in sensitive locations. Now in this video, this individual, who I believe runs a church, is making claims that people are scared to come to church because ICE might show up and arrest them. I don't know why that's a problem. That doesn't seem like a problem to me. Maybe you shouldn't be housing illegals. Maybe you shouldn't be doing that. Like, so they're going to sue ICE for doing their job. Anyways, that's what's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you Hooligans think about all of that we just covered. Happy Freedom Turbo. What's up, U-Hill? Happy Freedom to you. Pam Bondi was killing it. Those reporters were scared. They were like, I had a question, but you made me pee myself, and I can't remember what I was gonna say. Pam Bondi was not messing around. I wonder if she's actually sick. The way she was coughing and snotting and all that made me think that's how I was feeling like 3 weeks ago. I wonder if she's catching the cold, catching the flu. Hope not. I hope not. Snook states you've been put on notice. Yeah, well, it's good that they came out and said that, but I'm ready for people to start getting prosecuted and all of that. Tom Homan, right? He's been threatening mayors and governors and other elected officials. If you stand in the way of mass deportations, you will be held accountable. And these blue states are not hearing the message. I mean, their team goes out in the streets and burns buildings down to make their point, right? Republicans are over here on the TV like, you better listen. You better listen, young man. And they don't respond to that. So unless they're going to actually arrest these people, the warnings are kind of falling on deaf ears. It sounds good, but we've gotten all the warnings. Tom Homan has been doing warnings for like 4 months now. Pam Bondi, this is her first chance to go ahead and throw the warning out on the TV. But from here on out, it's time to start arresting these people. If they stand in the way, arrest them, because they are aiding illegals, right? They're helping them evade and stuff like that. Arrest those people. We don't want to hear threats anymore. We already voted you people in. Do the thing. Go over there and arrest them. Blue team's going to cry, but we're going to cheer. We're going to hit the USA button and stuff. It's going to be a good time. So just go ahead and arrest those people. We're ready for it. Jack, drink bleach. I mean, that's one way to go about it. Master Meatball, the Civil War will happen when the Dems use the illegals to start fighting ICE. I don't know. I don't really think we're in Civil War conditions, but we'll see. I feel like conservatives are so happy with everything that's going on that if there's Civil War kicking off, it'd have to be the liberals out here doing it. And they're the ones that are scared of guns. They're also the ones cutting their own wieners off and killing their own kids. So, I mean, I don't know if they're going to start the Civil War, but I just don't feel like we're in Civil War times. That's just my opinion. Craig, this was the definition of FAFO. Yep. And that's what I'm saying. They drew the line in the sand. Now it's time to see how things go. They either play ball or they go to jail. Cricket Kiss, incoming false flag, attacks on invaders and blame MAGA patriots. Oh yeah. Yeah, and it would be really easy for them to go and do stuff while wearing MAGA hats and go, oh, look at MAGA out here burning stuff down and throwing bricks through windows and da-da-da-da-da. It'd be very easy because MAGA is so excited right now about everything happening. What's up, Smelly? Happy freedom to you. Liberals are singing in the streets of D.C. You think they know how to shoot a gun or even reload one? No. I'm sure they don't. Not for real, they don't. I always think that about people in the city. People who live in the city, they all get guns and they think they're cool and they walk around with it hanging out of their pocket. I'm like, yeah, but you probably ain't never shot it. Like, because there ain't ranges and stuff. Some places have ranges, but a lot of cities around here, they ain't got gun ranges and stuff. So it's like, okay, but you're walking around with a firearm that you've never shot. Like, you don't even know what's going to happen when you pull the trigger. Especially if they're buying them off the black market. That thing could just self-destruct when you pull the trigger. I'm not scared of those people. Not at all. Out in the country, people just step off on their porch and just let it go. So, yeah. What's up, anybody? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tactical Dragon? Happy freedom to you. Tactical Dragon wiener grenades. No. They better not start using the wiener grenades. MAGA sense. Getting slapped by a mad Pam Bondi is always a good time. I mean, it depends on who you are, but yeah, those reporters were scared. They didn't know what to ask. Pam Bondi went out there and started yelling at everybody like it was their fault. And they just reclused in their chair. They didn't know what to do. Guess some, come on. They played GTA. They're expert marksmen. Yeah, well, they definitely played GTA. You could tell when they're pulling people out of cars and stuff. We'll see. Either way, we're going to go ahead and get moving forward here. Like I said, this next one's titled Religious Groups Sue to Block ICE Arrests in Sensitive Locations. That means your private parts. No, I'm just kidding. Don't believe me. Anyways, before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans really quick. If you would like to join the membership program over on Rumble, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Let's get into this. This guy crying really hard because ICE is doing their job and he wants a church full of illegals. That's all I can assume from this, because otherwise, if you're not illegal, you don't have anything to worry about. So, can only assume. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube, and let's get into this.
27 religious organizations are suing the Trump administration, claiming it's allowing ICE agents the leeway to make arrests in so-called sensitive locations. That includes places like churches, synagogues, mosques. Faith leaders say the fear of deportation is driving people away from their congregations. One of them is Reverend Carlos Malave, president of the Latino Christian National Network. Reverend, good morning to you, and thank you for your time.
Good to be with you this morning.
Yeah, you as well. You know, Trump has been back in office less than a month now. At what point did you say to yourself, you know, not only am I going to be vocal about this, I'm going to actually sue over what's going on?
We began to work on this not that long ago. We got together to work about a month ago about this. So this is not something that we kind of have an idea that this might be coming, but we just put all this together in just a matter of 2-3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. And why? What are you hearing from, you know, people in your congregation? And have any raids been conducted in your church, Reverend?
We have known of a few raids at this point, and our greatest concern is
in your church. Those raids have happened in your church.
We know about 2 of them in the country. Our network covered the whole country. So at this point, we just have heard 1 or 2 that have happened. But what we want is actually to prevent that this will happen.
And what are folks telling you? I mean, talk to me about what everybody is telling you. People are actually staying away from your services because of this?
That is correct. And what we are saying is that, yes, our people, those who come to church for religious services or even for some other services that the church provide, they are deciding to stay away from the churches, basically because of fear. And what we're saying is that this fear is not only a fear that our congregants have, but the whole Latino population in the country is being taken over by this fear that's been inflicted on them by the administration.
And we know the Trump administration has repeatedly reiterated they're going after dangerous criminals here in these raids. Why protect those people and why possibly have those people amongst your congregation?
Yeah, we don't believe in protecting criminals. We believe in the rule of the law. But what we have been seeing so far in just a matter of 2 weeks is that rhetoric that they are coming just against criminals, that doesn't hold. That is not what is happening.
So what are you telling your congregants right now who are coming to you and expressing fear, they're not showing up? What do you tell them? And do you have any safeguards in place? I mean, what is your church actually doing?
What we're doing is we are educating our people, particularly in the need for them to know their rights, because they have rights. It's not that they don't have rights. So we're educating our people in terms of their rights. We're educating our people also to be ready in case that anyone is apprehended, to have everything in place to protect their families, to protect their children. And the other thing we're saying is, even though there is kind of panic in our country among the Latino community, we're asking them just to stay calm and to know that they have rights, and to know that the church is for them, that we are for them, that the church always welcome them regardless.
What is your ultimate end goal here, Reverend? Do you want to see wide-scale changes on how the White House interacts with migrants, or what's your mission?
The immediate thing that we're asking and we're seeking is for the church, for the government, for the administration to reinstate the sensitive location rule that have been in place for years and years. Because we believe that removing that rule very easily will interfere with the religious freedoms of the church and the religious freedom of the members of the church.
So if they were to take away that rule and churches were then off limits, but you were to know of somebody who was dangerous inside, I mean, how do you handle that? How do you walk that line?
We will always obey the law, but even if we have to obey the law, our main responsibility and our duty is to protect the life of our people and the dignity of every person.
Reverend Carlos Malave, I have to end it there, but thank you for joining us.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to
Did anybody check his status to see if he's here legally? Anyways. He's up there crying. Oh, people are scared to come to church because ICE might raid the church. Okay. And he's like, well, it might seem like they're only arresting people who are legal, but that's not true. And instead of News Nation going, what do you mean that's not true? Instead, they were like, tell me more about how upset you are that ICE is doing their job. And they just rolled right over it. So his whole claim, he's like, we abide by the law and we respect the law, but when ICE comes in, they're not just arresting illegals. That's not all they're doing. And then never elaborated. Okay, well then what have you been out of shape about? If you comply with the law, they're arresting illegals. Why aren't your people coming to church? Are they illegal? And then he's like, well, we're teaching them about their rights. What, their human rights? That they can't be tortured? That they're not supposed to be starved to death? Well, none of that's happening. They have no American rights. They only have human rights, and that's it. And that has nothing to do with evading ICE. They don't have the right to evade ICE. Like, so stupid. That whole story is really stupid. But it's to pull on the heartstrings of normies and ignorant blue team voters. That's what it's all about. Either way, we're going to read through the chat really quick. I'm just checking on something really quick. I got notified. We might actually be able to capture President Trump live. Associated Press says President Trump signs executive orders in about 20 minutes. So I'm going to keep this pulled up over here. We'll see if it actually comes to life or not. We'll see. Let me see. Thank you, Viola, for letting me know about the potential live coming up. Either way, next up, because we're not going to sit here and wait 20 minutes for that. I'll keep it pulled up. When it goes live, we'll do the thing. Next up, JFK expert reacts to 2 shooters' revelation amid file declassification. They have officially stated that JFK was assassinated by 2 shooters. Now, they don't talk a whole lot about it, but they are disclosing the information to a certain degree. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about this goofy-ass church crying about illegals being scared to come in. Guess if you're worried about ICE coming, pass the money tray earlier. These people coming out and crying, it's like the restaurants we cover. Oh, it's Friday night and there's only 2 of us working because ICE took away 12 of our employees. Don't hire illegals. Don't hang out with illegals. Do not protect illegals. Do not aid them in any way. Do not try and evade ICE to protect illegals. Like, it's stupid. And these people aren't even being held accountable. They should be held accountable. Like, oh, your staff got arrested by ICE, so you were employing illegals? Well, that's illegal itself. That's a crime. Instead of giving them an interview with News Nation, they should be sending them to prison. That's what they should be doing. I remember when I was younger and I was trying to make money and people were all worried about being on a W-2. Because if you don't sign up, you don't do official paperwork to be an official employee and you yourself are not a private contractor, Well, then you're doing money under the table. That's what everybody calls it. That's a fucking crime. That's what it is. It is a crime. Now, when you're dealing with people from outside of the country, you're not supposed to employ them. They're illegal. They have no paperwork to file a W-2. So what do? You pay them under the table. Okay, well, you got an illegal and you're committing a crime to pay the illegal. Like, you're a criminal yourself. And no, they're getting interviews on News Nation. It's like, oh, okay. You should be sitting in prison, not crying on the news. Is there, oh, BS, you're harboring illegals? Absolutely, that's exactly what they're doing. Zero, he should tell them to pack up and go back home. Yeah, instead he's trying to inform them on how to evade ICE. That sounds like a crime itself. Zero, ICE needs to raid my work. There's probably a hotline. There's probably a number you could actually call about that. Cricket Kiss, yep. Tucker nailed the kid on the roof and the gold course shooter. Oh, I'm not talking about that. Cricket Kiss. Maybe you're responding to somebody else. We're talking about the JFK assassination. Done. Jail anyone employing or hiding illegals. They are accomplices. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what they should do. Cricket Kiss, the kill shot came from the front. I think so. I think so too. I've seen a lot of that footage. Hooligans used to post it in Discord all the time. I don't even know if you could post it now. Discord is so sensitive. That's why we made the website. Ghostly, as an origination, I think maybe you mean organization. The individual church can be good, but as soon as there is a hierarchy of holy men, stuff goes sideways. Yeah, Ghostly, you're right. I try not to talk about it a whole lot because it makes people mad. Some people really love their church and they love being a part of it, and they get rubbed the wrong way when I tell them that, you know, a lot of churches are playing Clubhouse. That's what they do. They just play Clubhouse and they move their agenda using the word of God. If you go to a church where they don't read the whole Bible, but they just read a sentence here and sentence there, and chances are you're being manipulated to a certain degree. But like I said, people love their churches and stuff, so I try not to talk about it. But yeah, we are the church. Where two or more believers are present, so is God. You're not supposed to go to a building. You're not supposed to say the same prayers over and over again. You're not supposed to remember words and recite them like you're talking to God. Those are casting spells. Witchcraft is of the devil. But anyways, moving beyond this. What's up, Fitzy? Happy freedom to you. Done. Forfeit his citizenship. Yeah. You could tell everybody was really pissed off about what he was saying because there wasn't a whole lot of people talking about that hairline. And you might be saying, Jeff, what you talk about hairlines for? This guy was saluting from like way up here. He was like, yes, sir. He had the ultimate hairline. Cobalt, I've been on paper since I was 13. Yeah. I don't know if it's been since I was 13, but as soon as I could pay taxes and get checks and all of that, I did. Hair juicer Oswald was attempting to save Kennedy from the shooter on the grassy knoll. See, I don't know enough about all of that, but I'm interested in all these documents being released. Harley Davidson, illegals have rights according to the Constitution. What does the Constitution say about illegals? Like, what does the Constitution say about how illegals have rights? Because the Constitution talks about the rights of Americans. Illegals are not Americans. They are not citizens. Illegals have human rights, like what Gandhi was crying about and shit. The Constitution, as far as I know, has nothing to do with illegals. But if you know something, please let me know. I'm not a genius. I'm not an expert on the Constitution. But as far as I know, the Constitution has to do with American rights, and those people are not Americans. And that's their choice, by the way. That's their choice. They could have came here legally and became Americans, but instead they want to cross that invisible line. When old man Walter let them do that, they chose to not be Americans. They chose to not have the same rights as us. So when we're sticking that foot in their ass and we're telling them, hey, you better go home before somebody gets you, before Tom Homan strikes you down like like Zeus, they, you know, that was their choice. They chose that route. What's up, John S? Happy freedom to you. Tim the Tool, you're actually supposed to salute from the outer edge of your eyebrow. As far as I know, I'm not supposed to salute at all because I've never served the country, so I never do it in an official capacity. I only do it when I'm kidding around. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I never served the country, so I don't do a salute. Vinny, we need Tom Homan in Canada. Yeah, see, and I never know what to say to that stuff because I wish that we could just take care of Canada, you know, the same way that we're taking care of ourselves over here. It's hard to say. You guys need your own Tom Homan. I could say that for sure. Tom Homan, he seems like a kick-ass guy. I'm still waiting on him to arrest these elected officials. But he seems like he's doing a good job. And hopefully out in Canada, you guys will get your own Tom Homan. Got to get a new prime minister, though. I know Trudeau, he's on his way out. He's already resigned. I can't remember when your snap election or special election is supposed to happen. It's like April or something. Maybe I'm off on that. But I know coming up, you guys get to choose a new prime minister, and maybe you'll have some good buddies with him. Tyson, criminals are not welcome in heaven. Why harbor them in churches? That's a good point. What's up, Extra Bill? Happy freedom to you. Wayward, is that something new that happened, or is that something that's happened in the past that was like covered up by the government? Zero, they got natural rights, not constitutional rights. Yeah. 10-man Dems are trying to change the rights in the illegals' favor. Well, they're creating all that animosity. That's what's happening. They know they need to go home. We know they need to go home, and the Democrats are trying to keep them here. And all that's going to do is fuel the fire of animosity. What's up, Winston? Happy freedom to you. What's up, AR-16? Happy freedom to you. Ghostly Wild, the JFK thing is huge. How can we ever trust them again if they will lie so hard for so long? Only hope is Trump guts the CIA, NSA, and all the alphabet boys. Yeah. Well, and that's why they're all shrieking over on Capitol Hill. They got the right to free screech over there. And that's why they're doing that. The banshees are screeching because they're cracking open their secrets. What's up, rock climbing? Happy freedom to you. Harley Davidson. I'll check it in a second. Dictum. Happy freedom to you. Dems want them here to change the electoral college numbers and also cheap labor. Yeah. Well, and what's really messed up is the electoral votes. They're going to change because last year we did census, and that means the 25 million illegals that were in the country, they were counted by census, at least by everybody that filled it out. And so that means when we go in to vote in the midterms and all of that stuff from here on out, the electoral votes is going to change. Those numbers are going to end up changing because there's 25 million more people on paper because of the last year when they did it. If they wouldn't have done census until next year, we'd have been all right. But because they did it last year after the border crossers had already come here, they've already messed up the electoral votes. They just haven't talked about it yet, but that's for real. Wow. They actually, look at this. They just messed this all up. This is what I was waiting on. Trump signs executive order. You can see it right here. And it was supposed to happen in 11 minutes. And either YouTube pulled the video or Associated Press removed the video. Damn. We might not be able to see President Trump live. Yeah, it says the uploader removed the video. Do you see this? I'm telling you guys, it is so damn hard to keep up with the White House. like, damn. I'm struggling with it. We watch Right Side Broadcasting struggle with it, and now Associated Press can't keep up with it. I don't know what to say about all of this. Let me see if I can find anything else related to this Trump signing EOs. It shouldn't be this hard. It shouldn't. This is the cause of deception right here. I don't think President Trump and them are deceiving us, but I think Blue News is going to spin the shit out of this if this keeps up, and it's going to make it look like Trump and them are not trustworthy, because you got people running around like nobody knows what's going on. That doesn't look good. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and move forward here since we're not going to wait for President Trump any longer. Just go ahead and exit out of this crap. Well, I'll keep an eye on Right Side Broadcasting just to see if they pull anything else up. I got a live running, but we'll see if they have anything else going on. And we'll just go ahead and move forward with the news. I don't want to miss President Trump if he is going to go live, but the goofy running around, I do not like that. Anyways, like I said, this next video here is JFK expert reacts to two-shooter revelation amid file declassification.
Anna Pauline.
Hold on a second here, buddy. I can't never remember this guy's name. Rob Schmidt. I like this guy. I wish we could cover him a little bit more in News Nation, but they don't kick out as many videos. Anyways, once again, this is titled JFK expert reacts to two-shooter revelation amid file declassifications. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube, and let's get into this.
Anna Paulina Luna, the congresswoman from Florida, leading a task force on declassification and transparency, tasked with looking into the JFK assassination, the Epstein files, UFOs, and a lot more that our government doesn't really want you to, information they don't want you to see. A very shocking moment from the press conference today. Anna Paulina Luna saying from what she has seen so far, it appears that two shooters killed John F. Kennedy.
Our first investigation will be announced, but it's going to be covering on a thorough investigation into the John F. Kennedy assassination. And I can tell you, based on what I've been seeing so far, the initial hearing that was actually held here in Congress was actually faulty in the single bullet theory. I believe that there were two shooters.
She said it quick, but she said it, and it was something to hear. Jefferson Morley is the author and editor of JFK Facts, and he joins us now. Sir, it's good to have you on. She just casually says that there were two shooters, which upends a lot of what we thought we knew about this day. Your thoughts?
Well, there's always been a lot of doubt about the government's lone gunman theory, so-called. And in fact, we know what the doctors who tried to save President Kennedy's life said, which they said in a Paramount Plus documentary, What the Doctors Saw. They unanimously agreed the president had been hit by gunfire from two different directions. So, you know, what we've seen in the recent years is the evidence supporting the official theory of a lone gunman who killed the president for no reason. The evidence just doesn't support that. Something else happened. And what we're learning now, thanks to new evidence coming out in recent years, released under Presidents Trump and Biden, is more about what was actually happening in 1963. So we're making progress. The president's order is welcome, but implementation is everything. And the secret agencies are going to push back and try and, you know, stop this. Also,
yeah.
You know, we have the threat of, you know, a show trial investigation, a Benghazi style investigation that is politicized and isn't really aimed at the facts. I think it's a mistake to connect JFK and Epstein. They're two totally different challenges in terms of uncovering information.
And I understand that.
Separated. They are not connected in any way.
Can I just ask you? Let me just cut in real quick. I just want to get to one more thing because I don't have a lot of time here. Sure. But I mean, a lot of people believe that the U.S. government, whatever, our intel agencies, has something to do with the assassination of JFK. Is there evidence of that in your mind? And do you think that'll be revealed?
Yeah. To understand what we're going to learn in the weeks ahead, you have to understand what's been released in recent years. And that is the CIA itself did not believe the lone gunman theory, and that the CIA had Lee Harvey Oswald under surveillance for 4 years before President Kennedy was killed. We're going to learn more about these facts in the weeks and months to come.
Jefferson Morley, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it. You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin.
All right. I wonder what else we'll hear as those files are being declassified. It's kind of like The Epstein files, that's supposed to come out. I think they're going to do the 911 files. I think that's what President Trump was talking about. We'll see. We'll see how it all goes. But either way, it does sound like that stuff is coming out. And they wanted to give us a little sneak peek there, saying, yeah, there was 2 shooters. Now, I don't know why they had to wait so long to tell everybody that, or whatever else they're going to disclose with us. It seems like they were trying to wait for everybody to kick the bucket. Like anybody that was involved, they must be dead by now. They're like, yeah, let's go ahead and tell them that. Why don't they tell us what happened in Roswell? You know, the Roswell incident and all that. Why don't they tell us about that? They said it was a weather balloon, but the Air Force said it was a UFO. Anyways, next up we got Ted Nugent. It's titled Ted Nugent Praises Deportations, saying secure my effing country. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you Hooligans think about this JFK expert and his reaction to the double shooter situation. Thank you, Zero. Hill, you think it's a distraction? Definitely could be. I mean, it really doesn't matter to us about what happened, to, I always want to say RFK. It's JFK, right? Yeah, JFK. It really doesn't matter at this point. Can't change anything about it. And we already know the government's full of shit and blows all of our money. So it's kind of just throwing it on the pile there. But I don't know. It's good that President Trump and them are working things out so we can actually hear all the government secrets. But yeah, it could just be a distraction. Guess Roswell is easy. People do not want to admit that they got anal probes. Is it all conservatives there? Because if it was liberals, they'd be all excited. They'd be making a TikTok and telling everybody how they got it. Never mind. It's not Saturday. I need to chill out. We're not going to talk about their gape or anything like that. We'll let that go. Totally care. Making conspiracy theories real. Yeah, taking conspiracy theories and just leaving them at conspiracies. That's what's going on. Rib Krill, just think just what it was JFK knew and was going to out to the people and go after that was so bad or important that they would plan such a risky daytime assassination. Yeah, Rip Curl. I can't remember what he was going to do. He was talking about doing something. And then right after that, they smoked him. And I can't remember what it was now. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. He was going to change something in the government. And the deep state didn't want that. Jeb, I think they're more concerned with protecting the protection of those who called in the hit and not really the shooters. That's what I think too, Jeb. They want to know who orchestrated the thing. That's what they need to tell us, but they may not. Master Meatball, every name on the Epstein list will be redacted. I wouldn't be surprised. Fanatical, the driver, yeah. That's the footage I kept seeing, is the driver turning around. It looked like he had a pistol in his hand, shot between the passenger and himself right into the back seat. That's definitely what it looked like from the footage that I've seen. Hill. It turns out analogy is not the study of buttholes. Yeah, I know Hill. I remember that disappointing feeling I felt when I discovered that. What's up, Breeze by you? Happy freedom to you. Turbo shutting down the Federal Reserve, I think. It could be. Maybe that's what it was. They definitely don't want that. Dutton, he was going to tear the three-letter agencies apart. You guys are making me concerned for President Trump. I'm seeing similarities here about shortening government and all of that, and that's what President Trump is doing. And the Democrats are really mad about it. Damn. I was just saying I don't think we're in Civil War conditions, and now that we put it in that perspective, that's all it would take. That's all it would take. Everybody is so excited about Trump's administration. If those assholes did something bad, that probably would kick off some form of a civil war. Praying for President Trump. Harley Davidson, why does it matter? That was years ago. Yeah, well, that's what Uhill is saying. Maybe it's just a distraction. Mary Todd, he was going after the CIA. See, and that's what President Trump's doing. Vinny, JFK did want to end the Federal Reserve. There must be a lot of money laundering and stuff like that going on over there. That's all I could think. Tactical Dragon, I saw a video where there was a second Kennedy shooter. They believe he was on the nearby embankment as well. I think that's what Hair Juicer was talking about when he said the grassy knoll. I think you guys are talking about the same thing. What's up, Dustin? Happy freedom to you. Anybody? Trump has been evolving. It's cool to see. Yeah. He's in his ultimate form right now. Wayward, the MLK report could cause some 2020 situations. Is he supposed to come out with that? There's so much stuff that's supposed to come out. I can't keep track of all of it. Guess some. I don't think I could read that out loud, but that is hilarious. Master Me Ball, and I think Kennedy wanted to return to the silver gold backed dollar. Yeah, and that's what it's supposed to be, but we all know it's not anymore. Ghostly, the CIA needed to end. It's going to be interesting. We're walking in that direction. What's up, J-Dog? Happy freedom to you. All right, I think we're going to move forward here. Jay Spray, JFK's father, had an agreement with Johnson, and JFK and RFK broke the agreement. Interesting. I wonder what the agreement was. Like I said, we're going to get into this next video here. This is Ted Nugent praises deportations, saying, secure my effing country. It's been a little while since we've had Ted Nugent on here, and then we got this soft ass interviewing him. I can't remember what we were covering. We were covering something last week, I think, and this guy, he was getting all bent out of shape about a whole bunch of freedom going on. Either way, like I said, this is an interview with Ted Nugent. He's saying, secure my effing country. I think we're all on the same page here. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube, and let's get into this.
With us now, Ted Nugent, rock star, longtime Trump supporter, Hunter Texan, and strong advocate for increased border security. The court has now admitted you as an expert, sir. Welcome. And I ask this with respect. Can deportation numbers ever be too high for Trump supporters?
You know, it's important you get a guitar player's perspective on this, because I'm a guitar player with truth, logic, and common sense that guides my American dream. So thanks for having me on. And I'll just reiterate and share with you what my neighbors, my fellow landowners, the ranchers, the farmers that I get to hang out with every day, my musicians, just working hard, playing hard Americans know. It's impossible to deport an adequate number of invaders. What we're talking about, Holman is the guy. Donald Trump, obviously, is the guy. Kristi Noem, the greatest governor in America, now having her hand in securing our border. Let's put it this way, Leland. I'm just a guitar player, but I got my border secure. Everybody I know, all my ranching buddies, private landowners, we've got our borders secure. Mm-hmm. The least we could expect is that our government would do what we the people do and what we the people demand. Secure my effing country. No, the deportations are too effing low, if I can quote the great commander-in-chief.
Well, you just did, so there you go. Truth, logic, common sense. And I think that this is an interesting point here. Give us a real sense of what you're seeing on the ground in Texas, because where you are is one of the highways that groups of illegal aliens come up through. Have things gotten better?
You know, I was on the board with the great Colonel Allen West a few years ago when he was running for governor of Texas. And even before that, as a father, a husband, an American, a responsible citizen in the asset column, I actually earn my own way, live within my means, and save for a rainy day. I'm a radical. But In order to know how the country works, me and a bunch of my hunting buddies went down to the border, went down to South Texas. We met with the sheriffs and the law enforcement specialists, the heroes, the National Guard that were there. And under the Biden administration, they were literally told to not do their job.
Yes.
And as a citizen of this country, I was already aware of the treasonous behavior by the gangsters in Uncle Sam's cult. So
the adjectives are just increasing here.
Well, I am seeing an improvement. Yeah, under Trump was down 90%. Hello, duh. So yeah, God bless the commander-in-chief. And once again, Tom Holman, every time he speaks, it's almost like he's Ted Nugent without a guitar. Truth, logic, and common sense. That's what we expect. And that's what we're getting now. God bless it, huh?
Poetry, the greatest hits. There you go. This is what I'm wondering, is we've definitely seen these targeted raids on people with long criminal histories. And sure, along the way, they have picked up other people who are here illegally and deported them. You're here illegally, that's the way it works. Are you surprised at all, and I'm sort of digging a little deeper here, we haven't seen raids on the meatpacking plants in Nebraska and in Colorado and Iowa, where we know there's large illegal immigration populations typically working in. There haven't been raids that we've heard about at businesses in Texas where that are very common, where illegal immigrants work. Do you worry that when that starts, or if that starts, public opinion is going to start to change?
I really don't. And again, I'm a lucky guy. I'm a gregarious guy. I hang out with good people every day. I walk the streets of this wonderful country. My wife and I are approached everywhere we go. So I know that our focus now under this great commander-in-chief is to go after the really dangerous criminals. That's job number one. But really what we've got to do is identify that invaders are invaders, and we don't have the responsibility or the time or the effort to decide who might be dangerous and who might not be. I think once you've invaded our country, you're a bad guy. Obviously, everybody's going after the most dangerous of all, the brutal, demonic gangsters, the rapists, the murderers, the child molesters, the sex traffickers, the chemical warfare.
Ted, I'm just glad that we haven't had to go too far into hyperbole.
Yeah, well, you say hyperbole. How else can we?
I feel like there's a song coming. There's a song coming.
You can't be a gentleman in a bombing war. I always say that Mitt Romney would bring a doily to a gunfight. I bring an A-10 Warthog to an argument. We are in dire conditions today. Hyperbole is mandatory. This is war. We're not here to be cute and make friends. We're here to secure America by whatever means is necessary. And I trust this administration to do it lawfully, ethically, and efficiently.
All right. Well, I think that sort of sums it up. Ted, it's always good to see you. You're welcome back anytime. Thank you. Thanks for watching.
So like I said, that soft-ass dude over at News Nation has Ted Nugent on and then talks all over him the whole time. As soon as Ted Nugent starts going off on a tangent, and you start hearing the eagles squeaking in the background, and you start seeing the red, white, and blue in the background, and then all of a sudden this guy's like, hold on, you're talking about too much freedom over here. You're making too much damn sense. Let me squeeze some of this little soy sauce on it real quick. Stupid guy from News Nation. He did that last time we covered his goofy ass. Like, dude, you're interviewing the guy. Let him talk. Stop talking over him to tell us how gay you are. We already know. We can tell by looking at you, buddy. Weigh a whole 120 pounds soaking wet. Built like some things that I can't say while YouTube's watching. Either way, next up, we got the last little bit of the news before we get into our fun stuff. It's titled Lefties Losing It. Donald Trump's brutal Huffington Post takedown. It's a plethora of topics of, as it says, people on the left losing their marbles. I figured that'd be a good way to transition into our fun stuff of the day. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat really quick, see what you hooligans think about Ted Nugent and everything they were talking about. Protect my effing country, he said. 10-man Unk is badass. Yeah. Here, Juicer, I bring an A10 to an argument. U-Hill. I knew I wasn't the only one thinking that the soy boy needed to shut the hell up. Yeah. Just the whole time. Ted Nugent starts... I'm so mad I'm throwing my chapstick. Ted Nugent start making a point, and then News Nation's soft anchor there was like, hold up, let me interfere with what you're saying really quick. Ted, man, I stand with Uncle Ted. I think most of America does. I'm gonna have to actually listen to Ted Nugent's music. I don't think I've ever heard a Ted Nugent song. What's up, Patriot Dad? Happy freedom to you, and thank you so much for that $1 donation over on Rumble. I really appreciate the support, Patriot Dad. Thank you. It says, happy freedom, hooligans. Happy freedom to you, Patriot Dad. Cobalt, I like his gun safe art. No, I missed it. J-Dog built like a soggy towel. I mean, that's better than what I was gonna say. But yeah, he is. J-Dog News Nation wants to be the new CNN. They do. So bad. They want it so bad. Patriot Dad. Loving every minute of the boss being back, doing shots of liberal tears and suffering from Patriot Viagra. Yeah, proud. I can't even talk. Yeah, Patriot Dad, for real. It's got the left so riled up that they don't even realize that they're telling on themselves. DOGE is cutting down these agencies. And then, what is going on over here? Cutting down these agencies, and then the Democrats come out. And they're like, oh no, they're doing all this bad stuff. But then you hear the reports of the agencies, you know, sending condoms to terrorists out in a foreign country and stuff like that. And they're like, well, that's our money. No. What Democrats are outside screaming and crying about that for what? We're paying them to do that. That's what pisses me off. See Maxine Waters out there for 6 hours screaming and crying that their money laundering operation is unstable now. And we're paying them to do that. They're not out there screaming in the streets for free. They're getting paid. They're on the clock doing that. And it's like, can't stand any of it. Viola, did you see the live anywhere else? Guess their plans changed. No, and even Right Side Broadcasting just ended their live too, so I don't think President Trump is signing EOs today, or at least it's not going to be done live. Dark Krog, yeah, it's a money laundering thing, yeah, and that's why they're bent out of shape, but they're so off their rocker about it that they don't realize they're telling on themselves. They're trying to tell everyone, oh, it was really important. What we were doing was really important. They've already outed you guys. We already have the list of everything that the USAID was doing. None of it was beneficial to any of us. It wasn't even beneficial to the people who were receiving the money. We don't need drag shows out in Iraq. Who is that helping? That's not helping anybody. Like, stupid. So stupid. And they still go out there and cry. And it's like, okay, well, you guys are fessing up that you're the ones that were benefiting off of the money laundering. And they're like, no, it's our democracy. They're attacking our democracy. Oh, no. You can't do that at this point. We saw the list. We know what you guys are doing with that money. They still go out there and cry. Lie, cry, cheat, and steal. That's what they do. What's up, Joseph? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Skulls? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Cosmic Squirrel? Happy freedom to you. Anybody? Maxine looks so awful. Can I see your ID again? Yeah, she is a mess. The wind blows too hard, and that'll be the end of her. Wayward, how was the candy cane? I love peppermint. Top 5 candy. Really, you love peppermint? You got to be the first person I've met that actually loves peppermint. I haven't cracked it open yet. I got the whole pack sitting here hanging out. Boom. Candy cane. Yep. Got the whole pack here. I'm excited to try them. But like I said, I got 3 open chapsticks right now. I can't just open them all. Then I got to start worrying about germs and stuff. Klaus using my chapstick. Jay Spray, you know damn well there's no drag show in Iraq. I'm saying. You know how they are in Iraq. They're not gonna deal with dudes in dresses in Iraq. Not at all. We're gonna go ahead and get into this last little bit of the news. It ain't really news. It's kind of news, but it's funny stuff, really. And then after this, we got all kinds of fun stuff. We're going to open one of the doors in this advent calendar and see what we get. And then we got 2 funny videos of the day. But like I said, this is kind of news, but it's kind of not news. This is Lefties losing it. It's titled Donald Trump's Brutal Huffington Post Takedown.
Welcome back.
Hold on a second, Miss Lady. All right, hooligans, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube. And let's get into this.
Welcome back. Now it's time for Lefties Losing It. It's time to check in with our friends at the Lunatic Asylum, identifying as the MSNBC newsroom. And I regret to inform you that Joy Reid is preoccupied with balls.
Take a deep breath for just a moment and ponder big balls.
Okay, I'm pondering, Joy. What happens next? Donald Trump walks through the door?
Have you all essentially made it clear to Mike Johnson that until they allow you all to subpoena big balls?
I really think we need to move on from this dangerous obsession, but apparently the leftist media is talking about nothing else.
Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with Musk and Big Balls.
Big Balls.
Big Balls. Big Balls, who worked for Elon Musk's so-called Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE.
In the one case of the Big Balls kid, a literal teenager.
Big Balls online, Big Balls here that Katie's talking about.
A 19-year-old that goes by the username Big Balls.
So that would be one way that we could refer to him.
Young computer whizzes, the aforementioned Big Balls.
Because who among us doesn't feel better about big balls, big balls?
We just saw Joy Reid's co-anchor at MSNBC, Rachel Maddow. I wonder what else she's pondering other than big balls.
All Republicans in the Senate voted tonight to advance the nomination of Tulsi Gabbard to be Director of National Intelligence.
Low life.
It's like saying that I could be a defensive lineman on the Philadelphia Eagles. Sure.
No, it's like saying you, Rachel Maddow, can be a hack anchor at a far-left activist news network with a teeny tiny audience of miserable Marxists. Now let's go to this beautiful moment on CNN, a spectacular self-own from Ashley Allison, a former Obama staffer.
I do not have the same opportunity as you. I know I don't.
And you know
and
that
I know
too.
West Coast.
And you know that
let me just tell you about me. I got a law degree, a master's, and 2 bachelors. Probably more education than all y'all added up together at this table, right? And I have always been the least paid person on payroll at every institution I have worked in. And it's not
Even
because...
in the White House?
Even in the White House.
Well, whose fault is that? I don't think you worked for George W. or Trump.
Well, guess wasn't what happened when I was there. DEI.
Low life.
We're all clapping. Do you think she's figured it out yet? Outing her boss, Obama, as racist and sexist for underpaying her, supposedly, because of her colour and gender? Oh dear, the time has come to look at the antics of awfuls. That's AWFL, awfuls. It stands for affluent white female liberals or lefties. They like to think they are the saviours of us coloured folk, and some of them have started singing about it.
Trust black women, they lead the way. Trust black women, they lead the way. White women, stop abandoning your sisters. Trust black women, they lead the way.
Okay, that's enough. Please make it stop.
We're mad as hell. Oh, can't you tell? Oh, we're mad as hell. Can't you tell? We dissent, you fascists.
Prostitute.
Oh, we're mad as hell. Can't you tell?
Now to a dude who is deeply perturbed by his correct gender being listed on his passport. The teeny tiny M is making this lefty lose it.
My passport back, and they gave me an M gender marker. This is the country we live in. Now let me just clarify I had an X passport before and requested it be changed to an F at the beginning of January. You can see it was issued February 4th, 2025. They gave me an M.
To 45 and 47, the Commander-in-Chief, who has always been masterful in dealing with lefty activist journalists. And this next dude from the Huffington Post got the Trump treatment.
Vice President suggested that if the Supreme Court rules in a way that she felt like, they could just falsify themselves. Do you agree with that?
I don't know even what you're talking about. Neither do you. Who are you with?
Up close, sir.
Who?
Up close.
Oh, no wonder. I thought they died. Are they still around? I haven't read them in years. I thought they died. All right, go ahead. Who else?
To be honest with you, I thought the Huffington Post had died as well. Now to Democrat Congresswoman Maxine Dexter, who wants to have relations with the president. Good luck, lady.
I've been told I have 30 seconds, so I am going to tell you that we do have to. I don't swear in public very well, but we have to Trump. Please don't tell my children that I just did that.
I can't believe that lady has children. CPS should go knock on that door. She's trying to fuck the president. Anyways, like I said, that is the last little bit of the news. Didn't feel like news, but it was. I swear. Anyways, we got fun stuff coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat and see what you hooligans think about the lefties losing it. Man, President Trump was smoking her. Do I got the soundbite here?
Hello, life.
Nah, I love that. I love that. And then like President Trump calling you a low life. Ah, I love that. That was a good one. Anyways. Hill, she said we have to fuck Trump. Yeah, I don't think we have to. Nobody's taking orders from that lady. Her poor kids. That's all I keep thinking is her poor kids. Hill, they already know I emailed them, lady. Breeze by you insane people running around. Yeah, they're scrambling, trying to figure out what to do. Jay Spray, this just in, I'm a man. Yep, those shapeshifters, they don't know what to do with themselves. Cassie J, my ears are bleeding. I know, they should hit them with copyright for just using their cadences. Russell, these people are nuts. They are. They cut their nuts off and went crazy. 10-man soy boys love big balls. At least that's what I heard. That's all they could talk about. They can't get them out of their mouth. You know, that's it. They can't get the big balls out of their mouth. Breeze by you, common sense is still a superpower. Absolutely. J-Dog, the more they speak, the more people wake up to their insanity. Yep. Like I said, they don't even realize that they're telling on themselves. And they're doing it in all fashions right now. They can't cope hard enough to save face. They should go out in the public and act like normal people and say, well, we're doing the best to protect our side and da-da-da-da-da. That's not what they're doing. They go out there and they act radical. And people are tired of it, exhausted of the radicalism, of being told what to say and what you can do and where you can be and how you can do it. America is sick of that. And the Democrats don't want to let it go because that's a little bit of power they still got left. So they can't even, have enough self-control to go out there and act normal. No, they got to scream and cry and wallow in their own self-pity. And people don't want it. They don't want it anymore. So, they're just telling on themselves. Plastic Quack, they just like saying balls on TV. Yeah. They cut their balls off a long time ago, so they're, it's just like fond memories. Plastic Quack, her kids saw it. If her kids were not being tended to, they should escape. They should run for their lives. That lady is cuckoo. She is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Where's Dad at? That's what I'd like to know. Ladies over here screaming about nothing, saying, oh, I hope my kids don't hear me. Where's Dad at? Or is it mom number 2 and you guys purchased those kids? You know, I have questions. JT3, happy freedom to you. Don't worry, Maxine. No one's going to grab you by the kitty. You ain't wrong. It's probably got teeth. What's up, Mike T? Happy freedom to you. If it ain't got teeth, it's got calcium deposits that look like teeth. Man, it should be Saturday today. I got all kinds of things in my head rolling around. Ghosty, I think they hit themselves. I think you're right. Sly Dog Musk is going by Harry Balls. Is he still rolling with that? Yesterday we covered that like it was a part of the news. Brain. I haven't really looked at X today. I did earlier just to see if there's any news, but a lot of it was same old, same old. Let's see. We're live on X, so if you got an X account, go out and share the live for us. That way people know we go live over there. No, he's not Harry Balls anymore. He's just Elon at this point. He changed it. I don't know when it happened. I did see it when it was golden, but he must have changed it back after it broke the news. Maybe it was because he was going to the Oval Office. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe he changed it because he was doing the live. I don't know, because I was live when it was happening, so I didn't have a chance to check if his name had changed or not before he went to the Oval Office. Because he could have also did it intentionally, knowing that he was going to go to the Oval Office and be live with Lil X and President Trump, and that all that publicity was going to show up there because of his username on X. But either way, it's not that way anymore. Kevin, if you tickled it, it would probably cough on you. I don't know, Kevin. No. People were scared of the plague. You should be scared of Maxine Waters' hoo-ha, especially if it coughs on you. Jesus loves us. That is something else. That's something else. Holy hair juicer, that's a hell of a gif. I'm not sure what that's from. What's up, Blazing Fool? Happy freedom to you. Blazing Fool, it's mom number 2. Ain't no dad in that house. Yeah, you can tell. You can tell. Well, Harley Davidson, I can't watch it while I'm live because I can't tell what it is, and I can't play it so everyone can hear it. I can't check it until after the live. But I will check it, though. Corey Luca, I'll have to look that up. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I will Google it and figure it out. And happy freedom to you, Corey Luca. H&O next is sweaty. Yeah, that's, it's true. That is true. Dictum purchased kids, like Obama kids? I don't know if Obama... Yeah, I guess, yeah. Obama purchased kids. KJP purchased a kid. She was, wandering around with a child of sorts. I don't think we ever saw the kid. And her wife left her. And we don't know why, but she did. and I always say, and I don't have an answer to it. But when there's no man in the relationship, then who pays the child support? I'm just curious. Dark Croc, somebody slept with that? She must have had her mouth closed when that happened. What's up, Moog? Happy freedom to you. Wayward, he put circumcision 50% off in his bio, but then he changed it back. That's hilarious, Wayward. Elon's always cracking me up. Oh, hair juicer from movie 43. Yeah, I've seen it once. I've only seen it the one time. Now I remember. That's crazy. I haven't seen that in a long time. I'd like to check it out again. What's up, Stoner? Happy freedom to you. You know, we haven't heard anything about the 500,000 missing children. Hopefully we start hearing more information about that. Hopefully they start finding those kids. We've heard Tom Homan bring it up. I think we've heard President Trump bring it up a couple times. I believe we've even heard Caroline Leavitt bring it up. Hopefully we actually hear them finding these kids. That's something that we haven't really heard yet. But either way, we're going to go ahead and move forward here. We're going to get into our fun stuff. Like I said, Josh1776 sent me a new advent calendar, and we're going to open up day 2 here in just a moment. But before we get into things, I want to remind you hooligans really quick. If you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use that Linktree link in the description in order to make donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Like I said, we're going to open up day 2 of the advent calendar. We got 2 funny videos coming up. Now, once again, Josh1776 sent us this new advent calendar. He's also who sent us the chapstick, the 12 days of chapstick, which was a lot of fun. So let's see what we get on day 2. Whoa. Oh no. Come on, you goofy thing. There we go. What did we get? Oh, pressing buttons and stuff. Come on out of there. What is it? Oh, it's racist. There's this little ghost. He's just a little ghost. Now, I don't know if these are supposed to be Christmas ornaments or erasers or what, but they're neat little figurines. Got a little ghost guy. Thank you, Josh1776. Yesterday, we got this guy. If you weren't here yesterday, got Tired Jack Skeleton. He a little tired. Reminds me of Klaus Daniels. Anyways, thank you, Josh1776. Ooh. All right, hooligans, we're going to get into our funny videos of the day. Let's see here. Let me get this pulled up really quick, and it's over on TikTok, so it's going to fight me the whole damn time because that's the way shit rolls over here. Doo-doo-doo. Damn Chinese platform. Anyways, this first funny video of the day is titled, Oh, the fuck word. If you don't like the fuck word, you're going to have to mute this because there's going to be a whole bunch of it. Let's get this rolling. Hit that like button, you hooligans.
Hey, Mom. What's up?
There's no easy way to say this. Your father and I are separating.
Are you fucking serious?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Let's cut. Hey guys, really great stuff. Loving the improv, but this movie is PG-13, so we only get 1 F-bomb. Got it?
Oh.
Got it.
Okay.
All right, roll again.
Only 1.
Maybe I'll just... Or do you want it?
I mean, if you wanted to...
Let's just see what happens.
We'll just see what happens.
Hey, Mom. What's up?
There's no easy way to say this. Your father and I are separating.
Are you fucking serious? Cut. Hey, Mom. What's up?
There's no easy way to say this. Your father and I...
Fuck! Again. Hey, Mom, what the fuck's up? Nope. Fuck. Hey, Mom. I heard that.
What?
You know what? Kevin gets the F-bomb, all right? Let's go again. Hey, Mom, what's up?
There's no easy way to say this. Your father and I are separating.
Are you fucking serious?
What the... heck are you talking about? You cunt?
No!
Okay. Now hold on a second because we got another one. We got another one here. Oh, the fuck word. Let's get this pulled up.
I'm gonna win the
Hold on a second, buddy. This guy's got hair juicer's energy. Hair juicer, you were actually the guy I thought of when I saw this video. Anyways, this is titled Today's Affirmations.
I'm gonna win the lottery just to prove that it's skill! I can do it! I'm like Harry Potter! I have the brain strength of 40 men! I'm gonna win! And you're not gonna win! When I win, it's skill, and when you win, it's luck!
Yes. I'm gonna win the lottery to prove it's skill. That's right. Love that. That guy's a hooligan. He just don't know it yet. Anyways, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm going to drop this Linktree link in all of the chats. We're going to read through, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Hair Juicer, damn right. I know. I was like, I think Hair Juicer made this video. Badass. Alright, hooligans, there's the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we gotta have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You'll also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, which is to encourage open discussion. You'll have access to the arcade, which is full of games that are a ton of fun. And you'll also have access to our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats that gives you the ability to text each other, call each other, video call each other, group texting, group calling, group video calling, and more. jeffmaclive.com is the place to be and the home of the hooligans. So definitely go get yourself a membership. Like I said, we're going to read through the chat really quick, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up. Klaus Daniels decided to come to work today. What's up, buddy? You're looking tired. That cold wearing you out? He's tired. Oh, thank you for being here, Breeze by You. U-Hill turns the volume up. Josh 1776 racist ghost on day 2. I was surprised. It's good stuff. Ghostly, my grandfather used to win the lottery for a living. Is that so? I don't know anybody that's won the lottery, not like the big lottery. I've seen people win on scratch-offs, but even then they haven't won hardly anything. Cobalt, 40 men. He said, I have the brain power of 40 men. That's what Elon says when he's in the Oval Office. J-Dog, I think I work with that guy. You might. Everyone's saying not the C word. Yeah, maybe that was the word I should have warned you guys about. I'm so desensitized to life. I didn't think about warning you guys from that. You're a bunch of hooligans. You can handle it. Cobalt, serious question. How much does Klaus eat per month? Like $200? No. What? No. Klaus eats a bag of food like every 3 or 4 months, and the bag is $30. So, that's about what he eats. Maybe a little bit more. I get him quite a few cat treats. He eats those temptation treats. And he goes through about a bin a week, and that's about $10. So, I'm spending like $40 on just treats. And then over the period of 3 or 4 months, I'm spending $30 on a bag of cat food. He eats that Taste of the Wild from Tractor Supply. He thinks he's a mountain lion. Kevin, my uncle won the lottery twice, but he's so cheap he couldn't tip a canoe. I've never heard that phrase before. I love that. Holy crap, that's what they're going to write on my headstone. Jesus loves us. My goodness. Well, that's a good and a bad thing, isn't it, Kevin? I hope I hit the lottery one day. You know how everybody says, I wouldn't tell nobody, but there'd be signs. Bullshit, I'd be telling all of you guys. But guess what? We're getting a new house. We're going to hang out. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to hire people to do the news. Oh, man, we would do all kinds of stuff if I hit the lottery. Maybe one day. What's up, CB Michigan? Happy freedom to you. Yep, handsome Klaus Daniels. What's up, enter user? Happy freedom to you. Josh 1776, give Klaus a good whiff of the nip. Yeah, he was on the catnip yesterday. Do I got the thing near me? Yeah. A little bit of that kitty kush there. He had himself a time. And it's been a while. He was rambunctious yesterday. Thank you for being here, Jay Spray. Thanks for being here, Josh 1776. J-Dog Klaus could have his own house. Yeah, but then I'd still have to clean it, you know. And Ghostly, like Powerball, if you get all the numbers but one, you still get money, but that's what my grandfather did and won enough to make a living off of it. Some people got that luck, Ghostly. U-Hill Jeff combines a Subaru with an F-16. Yeah, if I hit the lottery, I'd be able to afford a running Subaru. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. You guys wouldn't even believe it. Thank you for being here, Viola. Appreciate you. I hope you keep warm as well. If you're in a freezing state like I'm in. What's up, McGarks? Happy freedom to you. Harley Davidson. I was making my way over to the Twitch chat. The website gets priority, then Rumble, then Kick, then Twitch, then YouTube, then X. And I will check the whisper here in a minute. Harley Davidson. And if it's a funny video, I might land on the live tomorrow. What's up, Contempt? Happy freedom to you. No, Contempt, you guys aren't last. You're third before last. Dark Rog, we're supposed to get an ice storm here in Oregon. You guys be safe. I got snow coming for the next 6 days, and it started today, so God only knows what it looks like outside at this point. What's up, loves? Happy freedom to you. Miss Gen X, I can do it. I'm gonna win. We're praying for you, Gen X. You got to do it. You got to be the hooligan that hits. Ah, man, next time I go to the casino, that's what I'm gonna be saying. Let this hooligan hit and hit the button. Mm-hmm. Wayward, I prepare almost everything that my dog eats besides treats. It's the way to go. Wayward, my dog eats about $200 a month or more. Eggs ain't cheap. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. That's kind of how Hair Juicer is. We get on the voice chat and then we sit there and watch him cook bacon for his dogs. It's a good time. I keep trying to tell you guys, you need to get a membership for the website. J-Dog, you're going to the casino next weekend? Well, good luck to you. Hope you're a hooligan that hits. Metal Mouth, you got a Klaus behind you. I know, I'm looking into the camera right now to keep an eye on him. He's a wild Klaus. J Spray, it kind of hasn't changed. Some days it's better. I've actually got a lot of good feedback from you hooligans since starting later lives. It seems that a lot of you hooligans like to have the live a little bit later, but I've also noticed if I start after 5 o'clock, nobody shows up. Kevin, we got 30 centimeters of snow coming tomorrow, then another 30 on Sunday. Kevin, I'm an American. Hold on a second. So, damn, you're getting almost 12 inches of snow today and then, wait a minute, what'd you say? Tomorrow and then on Sunday? You stay safe, Kevin. That's a lot of snow. CB Michigan. If I hit the lottery, I'd get Jeff Mack a spanking new Subaru. Well, that's pretty badass. I appreciate that, CB. Thank you, MU. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, Contempt. I try to include everybody. It's difficult reading 6-7 chats, but I try my best. Thank you for being here, Dark Krog. Happy Freedom, good buddy. I watched you sneak in here. I meant to say hello to you. Astrohammer, Kevin's getting snow in centimeters. It's because he's not an American, okay? They do things differently here outside of our dwelling. I did a conversion. I Googled it, okay? My math was right. I'm more worried that he's getting 11 inches than 30 centimeters. Hit you with the JD Vance look. Anyways, it's that time once again, hooligans. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Now, I wonder how many of these pledges we got to do before I do more outside of school than I did inside of school. That's okay. I love doing the pledge. Either way, we're going to read through one last time. Just make sure no hooligans are left behind. But like I said, we are going to be wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. And like I've been saying, we will do our best to try and keep up with President Trump and any lives that we can cover from the White House. As I've demonstrated for you guys for weeks now, it is difficult. So if we miss a live, we will have highlights for it so we can at least review what happened during the live. But I will do my best to make sure we don't miss any lives. So just know we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for Coffee with Hooligans. We're going to read through them. We're wrapping her up. Thank you, Breeze by You. Appreciate you being here with us. Man, Tiger wants some treats. It's treat time for him. He's staring me down. Yeah, Klaus Daniels, he rolls around and slow blinks me. I'm like, come on, man. He's like, just give me some treats. Just give me some treats. I'm like, nah, bud. You gotta wait. I give him shit. I'm like, you didn't even show up to work today. You don't get no treats. Everybody thinks I ate you in some kitty tacos. Come on, man. Stoner, you can get a 5-pound bag of Temptations. That's what I get my kitty. Is it a better deal, Stoner? I don't get the really big tubs of it. I get like the medium-sized tubs that are like, I want to say it's like $9. If it's cheaper to get a big bag, I'd do that. Thank you for being here, Wayward. I hope you have a great night as well. Pitcher Dad winning feels good. I agree. Ghostly, is he swearing in Tulsi Gabbard right now? No, he did that earlier. When we were watching President Trump speak, he had just got done certifying Tulsi Gabbard, I think. And then we watched Pam Bondi do her briefing right afterwards. But when we saw President Trump on the screen, that was about the time that Tulsi Gabbard got confirmed. She was signed in. Yeah, Ghostly. No, that's what I mean. It's so hard to keep track of everything coming from the White House because of the way they're running those lives. So no worries. I know they got lives running all over the place and they're showing the president all day, but we covered everything that happened today. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much for the support. It says, thank you, Jeff and Snooks. Much love to all of you hooligans. Much love to you, Patriot Dad. Thank you. Stoner, I would get Jeff a Jeep Grand Cherokee. No, we got to do 4Runner. I don't want to drive a Jeep. I'd feel so bad hating the Jeep that was gifted to me. I appreciate the gesture there, Stoner. Oh, I try contempt. Thank you. I appreciate you putting up with my bullshit. I will, Harley Davidson. I'll check it right after the live. Vinny, Toronto's supposed to be getting a foot of snow by tomorrow morning. Saturday and Sunday is another foot. Yeah, that's rough. You guys stay safe out there. Astro Hammer, don't click the name on the chat. You'll lose the live. Yeah, they need to work on the X live. It needs some work. All right, hooligans. It looks like we're good to go. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I will also do my best to make sure that we cover any press briefing or press of any sort coming from the White House, whether it's President Trump or Pam Bondi or Tulsi Gabbard, or we hear anything about RFK Jr. or anybody else that's a part of the Trump team. I'll do my best to try and cover it. You hooligans have a fantastic night. Go get some good food. Go have fun, but be safe. The liberals are out there and they're crazy. They're mad as hell at what's going on, so definitely be safe out there. But find your way back to me tomorrow by at least 3 p.m. Eastern time. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations. Join the membership programs or purchase any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.